your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whatever you just seen was a glitch. We had trouble on the plane. We had to land this thing real
Turbulent.
quick. Turbulence. That we ain't get turbulence. Don't you catch that up there like 20,000 feet? We had a problem with the wing or something like that, but we back. We live in effect, correct? With your pilot and instructor, Dylan Nooch. You are on flight 55. I want to thank you for boarding with me. I'm here with my flight attendant. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Like, how are we supposed to know when the picture's taken? This is awkward. Like, I'm holding my face and starting to hurt.
It's just a quick
I'm
pause.
sitting here like,
And then 1, 2,
That's what he's doing.
and then get into the intro. We good.
like, Jesus, I'm trying to hold my face steady.
It's over. We live. We
I
on
didn't know
video.
what
That's what niggas are doing. When people be standing there like, he's not taking a picture. He's doing a video. But oh. Nah,
He do that
ahead,
shit to me
introduce
all the
yourself.
time. That should be annoying. I'm like, take a picture. And then I'm like, what is taking so long? And it's because he videoed the whole time. And then you get pictures like this. Like, when you look, me looking like an alien.
I'm using that. Clip it.
Photogenic.
Okay, introduce yourself. Ladies first.
I'm Reese. Hey.
Yo.
Hey, this is LaShonda ready for takeoff.
Wait, why can't I see Coop?
He keeps his camera up. He can't. He's in he's in the area where they fly the plane at. He's in that area too. I'm not.
Yeah, the FBI is looking for him. I get
it. In the private section right now.
I'm here though. I'm here, sis. I'm here.
All right. I just couldn't see you. I heard you.
It's your boy Money Bag Extraordinaire. Put the money in the bag so extraordinaire, aka Gemini, aka Let's Get It.
My name is Dirty 4.5. I'm your favorite cousin from Auntie Unc. You ain't know you had.
Hey, no.
DeVille, 79, Southside.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We back with another one. Dirt, you got for us?
I want to know why, because it's like a 2-part question. There's one kind of for the like.
Down.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Like, I want to know, like, why my girl acts so salty, because I don't understand why she acts so salty, and she don't understand why I act so cocky. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know why those things are not understood.
Well, I'm gonna jump out and answer this question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Great question. We could actually do that live. Something that.
Yeah, it's a Nipsey song. End of conversation. Bye.
What?
Next question.
You suck that. You expect that answer? You suck that answer?
No, I don't understand.
That's the answer. I'll answer for everybody for him because he's royalty. That's why he acts so cocky. End of conversation. Next question, please.
Anybody else on this panel feel that way?
I don't understand why she acting so salty. I don't understand.
I only got 2 hands. I'm trying to raise my feet, but I don't want to fall out the chair.
It's heavy. All right.
What was your second part of the question?
That was the both parts right there, kind of fake. What was I don't understand why she acts so salty, which was a question. And then I was saying she don't understand why I act so cocky. So that was the second part of the question.
So
But
just
she
in case
still ain't-
anybody don't know and have to listen to the album, it's a Nip
still didn't
album that he
explain.
just made a song.
She didn't explain why they act so salty. She didn't
I
understand.
explained it.
All right.
Respectfully, smooth landing.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Who else got something for us? Anybody else? You said Reese said he was gonna have something for us.
Oh, hold on. Let me put my arsenal out here. I know I screenshotted something the other day and I had a question that I saved.
Oh, so you're taking questions from other things that people have wrote, and you could do that. But if I do that, it's a problem. That is
No,
awkward.
mine's actually a question. It is not a lyric to a song. They're just gonna, and you want the answer. He's royalty. That's what he thinks. He's a king. There you go. I answered the question for you.
My bad.
Nobody
I
else can answer your question because they don't know why I'm so salty because you act so cocky. He acts cocky because his name is 34 and a half, and that's who he is. Okay, this is the question we talked about the other day. How do you know when you're asking someone to grow versus asking them to become a different person?
Are they pants on?
Good. All right. Nice. Good on. I could jump out the window on that one. That was quick. Very witty. Very witty. All right. Well, it's actually it's both. You have to, in order to grow, you have to become a different person.
Mm.
To an extent. Yeah. So. Yeah. Heard me.
We heard you. You said to grow, you have to be a different person.
Yeah, you have to become a different person. That's part of the growth. Some things is not going to align with the old thinking that you have or had, becoming the new person that you're becoming. So sometimes the old habits have to drop and new thinking has to mature, articulate, or you know what I'm saying? Did I answer? I'll land with that.
Definitely. What's a question again, Reese? So sick of hear it.
The question was, how do you know when you're asking someone to grow versus becoming a different person?
You're sick. Pop out.
Rest in peace to old me. Put it on a shirt. Basically, you should be trying to be a different person, minus changing your moral beliefs. If you're changing for the betterment of yourself in order relationships, then I don't see an issue with it. Because like, you feel me? Like Coop was saying, in order to be better, you have to change. Yeah, I mean, I think oftentimes we get stuck in our ways and we prefer to be the same way we've always been because of it is a protective shield that we have put around ourselves and our emotions. So we'll hold on to that and say, I ain't no bitch. I ain't changing for nobody. But in all naturality, you gotta grow up. You know what I mean? The Bible says as a child we did childish things. And when we got older, we put childish things aside. So for every level of your life is a different level. That means the mentality that you had at one battle in your life may not help you supersede the next battle within your life. Change is inevitable. You're either going to change for the better or you're going to change for the worse. Either way, you're going to change. That's all I have.
Respectfully. Jared, what you got for us?
I would, just so I don't pack on what everybody else has said, I guess I'm adding my own view of it. I would say, like, asking someone to change, I think that we should all be changing. So it's like, while you're asking them to change, have you changed? Are you know what I mean? That's the awkward part of it to me. It's almost like when you're asking somebody to change, it's like you already got your shit together. You don't have to change at all, you know? So I feel like just all you should work on or focus on as far as changing would be yourself. And if anything, that to me is going to be a representation of possibly a role model of what change can exhibit. You know what I mean? So I think that would be the best. I think, like, even in like recovery, we're not supposed to like chase people down. We're supposed to live by example. And I think that can work through various things. So when a person asks you why you things going so good for you, then you can tell them, oh, it's because I've changed. And then maybe they'll look into changing too. But if you're just sitting there telling somebody they need to change or telling somebody needs to change, I guess the question is why? Why do you feel like that person needs to change? What do they need to change? And do they even want to do that? Because, yeah, change is helpful in a sense of it can make you a greater person. But what do you want them to change into? And why do you want them to change? And do they even want to change? Because other than that, it's going to always be a combative thing when you're asking somebody to change who doesn't want to. If I'm telling somebody who's, playing video games and that's what they do and that's their life, and you're telling them, hey, you shouldn't play video games, you should go get a job. If they don't feel like they like what they got, they like what they have going on, it's going to be hard to get that person to want to change. And then that's going to lead to almost feeling like it's controlling, because why am I trying to even attempt to change this person? How do I know what's best for this person or not? So I think the best thing would be is to let them, like I said, through seeing your change and the progression that you have and through your change, let them want to possibly echo it in their own way. But again, like I'm saying, when you're saying you want somebody to change, do you want them to change into a particular thing, or do you want them just to change for the purpose of changing? It's like, I want you to go to the gym because that's healthy. So you can say, I want you to change as far as that's concerned. You're not going to the gym now. I want you to go to the gym. But do I want you to go to the gym to get muscles so I can play with your muscles, pause? Or do I want you to... No, I'm just saying, or I want you to go to the gym to be healthy. So I think that's when you start thinking about how you want somebody to change, I would definitely think about what's the ways I want a person to change and why do I even want them to change that way? And do they even see any hope in that change? Because is it to change for my comfort, or is it to change to really help the person? And I think that would be the most important part about asking somebody to change. Is it really for them, or is it for me and for my comfort? I'll land with that.
I agree with that last part. But I want to agree with that last part and also tack on as well too.
We only want to hear the part where you agree with it. We don't want to hear the extra part.
You know I wouldn't be DeVille if I don't keep it real. Okay, I'm sorry. I got it. So again, it all depends who's asking. Now, if it's a partner asking, it should always be constructive criticism taken. It should never be taken personally, because if that's the partner that I chose and she's asking me to change something, so most likely, again, without agreeing with the last part, I do agree with the last part, it should always be taken as, okay, she wants me to better myself in this particular manner. Oh, that's how it's supposed to be. Oh, that's how I think it should be. Let me add that on there.
That's how it should be, but we know things are not the way they should be.
That's correct. And that's why I have
Life
to
is
agree.
not like that.
And that's why I have to agree with the last part that you said. Now, am I changing for you, or am I changing
Your comfort.
for correct? And that's why I have to say I agree with that. But I just want to add that.
Respectfully, Lashonda. Lashonda. Good thought.
I think, I agree with most of what everyone said. I think it gets tricky because I agree with what Dirty said. It really depends on why you're asking. Why are you asking for the change? Is it so that you're more comfortable and I fit an idea that you want? Or is it for my good? Is it really for my good? Are you asking me to be more me at a higher vibration, my true self? Or are you asking me to do something because it would just make your life easier and make you feel more comfortable and ease your fear and your insecurities? I think it becomes tricky in a relationship because you have to have self-awareness first. When you're asking somebody to do something and to grow or be a different, well, I wouldn't say be a different person, but I'm asking you to grow. I got to know why I'm asking that and what space that's coming in. That's a big one for me. Like when I ask my partner, I tell my partner that they're doing something I don't particularly care for or I don't particularly like, I have to sit with me first to say, why don't I like it? Did I get triggered? Did something happen in me? What is this about? Is this for their good or to make me feel better? Because if it's just about me feeling better, then that's my work to do. That's not their work to do. And that's not for me. I shouldn't be necessarily asking them to totally change. They need to be more of who they truly are. And that's always my goal, is to say, what's in alignment with you? What works for you? And how do you act and be more of yourself? Because we do a lot of pretending. We do a lot of fitting in. We do a lot of sacrificing and making it work and all of this kind of stuff, instead of really being who we really want to be. We feel like we have to do this over here, over there. I got to act this way. I got to act that way. And I think because we do all of that, it becomes tricky sometimes that, are you growing or are you really trying to mold yourself into kind of fit something else? And so I would just be really careful about asking that for the person, because if what you're asking is the growth going to help them reach their goals, or is the growth just for you to make you feel better? And I think that's really the thing, is like, why are you asking that? What are you trying to get at? Like Dirty said, is it for your health so that you don't die and you have a better life and you feel good? Then that's all about that person. And if that's what they want, that's what they want. But they have a right to say no to that too. And that you have to be okay with that. Because it really is their life, and you're not there to control them. You're not there to parent them if they're your partner. So you said that you love the person for who they are, not who you want them to be. And I think we have to be really careful of that, and not trying to make people be something we want them to be so we feel safer, we feel more comforting. You got to check yourself. You got to work on your own fears and your own issues, and not put that on somebody else. In the past, I've done that. I put my fears on somebody else and be like, you can't do that. You should be doing this and you should be doing that. And that was all my anxiety, and that was all my fear. It was so that I felt comfortable and I felt safe. And that wasn't the right way. The thing was to deal with my own fears and things, instead of asking this person to change so that, I could live in fear or anxiety. But I think sometimes people aren't self-aware enough to know why they're asking the question, why they're asking for the growth, why they're asking for the change. And I think when you know where you're coming from, you can also explain it to that partner. Like DeVille was talking about, like, if your partner's bringing this to you and you love and you're loving them and it's constructive, that's very different than trying to put somebody down and say, oh, well, you need to do this because you ain't doing this right. You ain't doing that, all of that kind of stuff. That's a very different thing. So you really have to be self-aware of why you're asking for this growth, or why you're asking for this change in the person, because you told the person probably you love them already the way they are. So what change are you really asking for? Why are you asking for the things that you're asking for? Because you might have already told them, oh, I love you just the way you are. I don't say that anymore to people, but people do say that. And so if you're saying that, then why in the next breath are you asking for change if you say I love you the way you are? I'll end with that.
Respectfully, Jim.
I land. I hear everybody. I'm taking it all in.
Pause.
Respectfully. I can speak for myself when I could say that in relationships I've moved into independent to where some of the things that I stand on today is a part of my growth. And these were some of the, I could say, differences or the things that I was moving through. However, today I know that relationships are independent, interdependent, to where a person is not too dependent where they lose their identity, and a person is not so gung-ho on what they know to where they can't relate. So when a person, almost to add on like what y'all saying, it's the inside jokes that y'all have that nobody else on the outside world gets, that'll let y'all know that y'all have something different than everybody else. And when it doesn't become control, when if y'all can recognize that you can't really control somebody, they have to, genuinely have to want to do that. And I think it's like the best example I could give is two trees. Y'all share the same soil, share the same sunlight, but y'all just not choking each other's branches. And this is how people begin to, you feel me, actually grow. This is how you have a forest. Feel me? Reese, what's your thoughts? Yeah, you asked it.
I agree kind of with everybody, bits and pieces of everything. I think that everybody should grow on a regular basis. Like you should always want to be the best. Huh?
Who you disagree with?
No, I said I agree with everybody, pieces of what everybody was saying. I don't disagree with anybody. I don't disagree with anybody because I feel like everybody has valid points of it. It came up because we were having a conversation the other day at work, and that was one of the conversations that we kind of came up with. And it was more of a question based on a lot of times in relationships, one person wants to change you, but then they don't want to do any work on how they can grow as a person as well. So it's like you have to compromise, you have to change, you have to do this, you have to do that. But then they want to continue to be the person that they are, which is fine. You can continue to be the person that you are, but that doesn't mean that you have to change somebody else or make them change who they are. But it kind of all went back to the whole growth thing that you should always want to be the best version of yourself. And if you're constantly working on the best version of yourself, it's the honesty and accountability part. You have to be honest, A, with yourself in order to be honest with that person, and B, take accountability for who you want to be and what you want. And I think that's where it would come that the more that you're open about who you are and what you want is the more that you either are going to grow or realize that situation is not what you want. And then the rightful thing is to go your way if that's what you want to do and the other person doesn't want to, So I think that if you're not controlling somebody and you're just trying to better them for the better, but then like LaShonda said, you have to be careful on how you approach a situation because it's your own internal feelings that you're wanting this person to grow to become a better person in areas because of your own stuff that's internal. And it could be back damage that you had from a long time ago. It's that baggage that a lot of women carry. But it kind of came up as the whole kind of conversation, the question came about from a lot of people want to have other people change, but then they don't want to do anything themselves or grow as a person themselves. So that's kind of where the back of the question came from. So that's why I said I kind of agree with everybody. In a relationship, hopefully everybody is wanting to grow to not only become a better version of themselves, but a better version for the partner that they're with. And there's nothing wrong with growing after you guys have a conversation. And, you know, if there's things that somebody doesn't feel is like you're lacking in an area, or somebody doesn't feel you're being your best in that area, if they approach you with talking about it and not like forcing you to change, then I don't think there's anything wrong with the communication and open dialogue and not saying you have to do something, because everybody has the choice of what they want to do. So just because somebody brings something to your attention doesn't mean they're trying to control you. And I think that that's where some of the confusion sometimes comes in as well. But that was the back of the question.
Respectfully, Danielle just made it in the building. Ask the question one more time for her. And then
I
we're gonna
made it
get
back. A little struggle, but I got back.
Oh, is this the lady that was on before?
Yeah. She's
Okay.
Did you get
Yes,
my sign language?
I had a little difficulties.
Danielle, that's her name. I couldn't see it. I'm blind. I'm sorry.
Did you get my sign language?
Did I get what?
When I was doing sign language because you couldn't hear us, I was trying to tell you come back, go out.
I
and
couldn't
come
hear
back
a
in.
thing. I didn't get
And
any of that, so I just
all right.
backed out and came back in.
Okay, so Miss Danielle, the question was, how do you know that, or hold on, let me pull it back up because I don't want to tell you wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
The question was, how do you know when you're asking someone to grow versus asking them to become a different person?
That's a good question. Give me a minute.
We landed. You didn't get to hear our thoughts, but everybody landed.
Let me see. I would answer that by saying, if I pose the question to the person about them growing further, do I know they have the adaptability and the capability of growing? Does that make sense? Like, some people just don't have the cognitive dissonance to move forward. So, no, I wouldn't try to change anyone. I would try to have an open dialogue, communicate, but no, I don't think I would try to change them.
Respectfully. All right, we're gonna start with you. Question: what comes to mind when you hear the word masculine or masculinity?
What comes to mind? Well, I understand spirituality, and I understand feminine and masculinity are two traits that both genders possess at the same time. The way I see it is when you're in your creative stage, you're in your feminine energy. When you're exercising and building on that creativity, you're tapping into your masculine energy. So in my mind, you can't operate without both of those energies. We draw from both.
So your idea of masculine is building, and what else?
Building. When you're manifesting, you're in your feminine. When you're creating, you're in your feminine. When you start to build, and manifest, you become your masculine. I think a lot of people want to try to use that as a derogatory term toward femininity, but you cannot have both without that duality. We all pull from our feminine and masculine. We all do. Now, do I think toxic masculinity, as explained through misogyny, is harmful? Yes, I do.
We're gonna get into it tonight.
That's
We're
interesting.
gonna
I
find
never
out.
heard it. I never heard it used like that. It's very interesting. Okay. I don't know if I agree yet though.
Cool, Billy. We're gonna go to you. Because she
don't-
gave me her other what's the name. So what is masculinity to you?
Aggressiveness.
That's it.
Overly aggressiveness.
Word
up.
Period.
Well, isn't most things about life you have to approach with aggression and passion?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Passion.
So is that just
Passion
for men?
is what? Just for men.
Is masculinity, in your opinion, is masculinity just a trait of a man?
Yes.
It should be.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What's cool. What's your what is femininity to you?
Femininity, what comes to mind is softness, kindness, you know, the opposite of masculinity.
Well, that's interesting.
Sig, what's masculinity? You.
When I think of masculinity, I think of strength. I think of leadership, growth and development.
The leadership and growth and development.
Yeah. Well, not so much growth. I would say development.
Development. Okay. Taking some notes. What is femininity?
Delanuche.
All right. Jem, what is
Now,
masculinity?
when I think of all jokes aside, when I think of femininity, because I feel like a female can pretty much triple everything that we do. You feel me? Just from past experience, when I think of femininity, that's what I think of, like a softer, gentler side of yourself. You feel me? Um, that's what I think of. Pretty much like what Coot said, but
Exactly.
not what Coot said. If that makes any sense. Off topic, on topic. Shout out my nigga Aim to Please. But yeah, I land with that.
Jadem, what's masculinity?
Structure and discipline.
What is femininity?
The opposite.
The opposite of structure and discipline. Chaos and
Compassion and caring.
compassion and caring. Good one. Reese, what is
Yeah.
what is masculinity?
I would say a more protected, like protection. I'm gonna piggyback off Sigo. Strength is definitely one. And I think it's male predominant. Strong. Yeah, I would say that like that's a masculine trait to me.
Okay. What is
And they
femininity?
hide their emotions.
Hide emotion.
Yep.
What's the word for that?
They're emotionless.
Emotionless.
Emotional coward.
Emotional coward.
Yeah, that's the word.
Showed up for every shootout, but I ran from my feelings.
Facts. You heard what he said. You heard what he said. That's the gospel. It's the gospel.
Well, can I introduce one question?
Hold on one second.
Has
Let me
any,
go around the room, get everybody's thoughts on the word, and I'm matter of fact, go ahead, go with your question. Jump out. Go ahead, D. Jump out.
I was just wondering, if you separate the two, how do you explain the yin and the yang?
We're gonna get into
If you
that.
separate the
Do
two
somebody want to
energies,
pop
how
out?
would you explain how they are coincide? I'm trying to figure that out. How you separate the two again when yin and yang is balance.
of positive and negative, not female and masculine.
Correct. So with that being said, masculinity would be the man, femininity be the female, the yin and yang.
No,
Meaning,
yin and yang is based on negative and positive. That's what yin and yang means.
no, but but I know what she meant though. She know what she meant. Like, right. I know what she meant. Right.
No, I'm not trying
Just
to be
reading between the lines. Yeah,
facetious. I'm not trying
right.
to be facetious.
So
I'm just saying
technically you don't separate the two. It's where that's where they meet. So the guy does something that a female that can't do, and the female does something that brings to the table that the guy doesn't bring to the table. The softness, the kindness, and the guy, meaning more masculine, brings the leadership. But also a feminine lady can also be leader though. Don't get it twisted. Usually the female leads from her femininity. She doesn't have to be on that path of showing the masculinity. If a true woman understands how to use her femininity, she leads from a soft kindness way and still get the job done the same way a guy can get the job done using his masculinity. The narrative now is they promote a female has to be masculine in this world now. That's the promotion, and that's the downside of it. Now, because grandma was getting it done back in the day, she stayed a lady. She didn't have to do what grandpa did.
Oh, I can't wait to speak on that.
Yeah. It's an open dialect.
Respectfully, now who?
No, I don't agree with that.
You think grandma was masculine?
My grandmother carried a gun.
I'm not talking about
My
you. No
grandmother
disrespect.
carried a gun. She was married 53 years. My grandmother carried a pistol. I shot my first gun with my grandmother at 8 years old.
So that's not feminine, or that's masculine?
My grandmother was, I would not describe her as a soft, feminine woman. Yet, she had a husband for 53 years. And my grandmother was, you didn't want to play with her. You were easier to play with a man than you would my grandmother.
Okay.
But my grandmother had a husband for 53 years.
Right. Now, with that being said, was she like that to you guys? Or was she like that?
She's like that. She was protective. That's where her masculine energy showed. She was still feminine enough to be a wife for 53 years.
Correct.
So that's why I said I can't see how you can separate the two when you need both energies to manifest. You have to have both masculine and feminine energies within yourself to manifest. It's one
when
of the
when he said something to her when he said something to her, she did it.
For 53 years, I think she did. He stayed for 53 years.
Okay, so then
that's feminine energy.
That's feminine.
So
she didn't go get the gun to shoot granddad.
We had to bury that man.
Now, what I think you're mistaken is how she treated you guys from how she treated her husband.
Right.
Now, because you seen grandma in protective mode, and just like a mother bear will always protect their cubs. Correct. Absolutely. She's protective.
Wouldn't that be her masculine showing up?
That was masculine wasn't a trade back in the day. That was not a thing back in the day.
Oh.
So we're gonna cut that shit the fuck out. We're gonna leave that shit alone. That was not
He means for women. He means for women. I think he's meaning for women. I'm just giving him an example.
For women, yes, for women. For grandmothers. That was not a thing back in the day.
Me personally, I wouldn't put masculine in under protection, because females can protect as well and be feminine.
Yeah, caregiving and
nurturing,
child protection is a feminine trait overall. Being a caregiver type of situation.
Nurturing is
providing care.
So when we say back in the day, before patriarchy was introduced to society, matriarchy was the tone of the day, and there was no such thing as fathers. You had uncles and brothers. Okay, so again, I'm trying to draw for how masculinity never existed then, but exists
Masculinity
now
always exists.
in the negative. I can't equate that being a negative for a woman.
Oh, next
It
one.
doesn't make sense to me. So I'll land my plane there.
It's because unless the person is dealing with likes masculine things of people, because everybody's individual is very relationships are subjective. So unless that guy's the guy's into that, then it's going to click. The problem is most of the time women meet guys who are not into the things that they display as far as when it comes to masculine traits. They might feel like I want the opposite of that. I want the opposite of myself. I don't want somebody who's masculine. I don't want somebody who's trying to lead me. I want somebody who I can lead.
So it sounds like you're saying that to be feminine, you must be submissive.
Correct.
I would say
that's part of it.
Okay, there we go.
Being a woman, being a woman, submissive.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That is, I mean, that to me is that is connected. It's very connectable. It's right there.
We want to add that to the feminine.
Which is a problem now because a lot of women don't like that word or don't
we
like.
Want to add that? Add that to feminine.
Can I ask you why it would make sense for me to submit to people I can create? You can't birth me. You can't birth people. So why would I submit to a person who can't do what I do?
By yourself either.
What? And women can't create life.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
No, you said that. You said that.
Let me say this when you say you're doing it by yourself.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Let me
heard
say
what you
this.
just said? That's 100% accurate.
Okay, let me say this. Society is not set up where a woman will need you. A society is right now not set up where a woman will actually need to have a relationship with a man. I can go to a sperm bank. You can't go to a womb bank.
I can go get eggs.
Yes, you can.
Come
You can
on,
go get
man.
eggs and get a surrogate.
Come on, man.
Hold on.
Come on, man.
Everything.
What are we doing here?
Wombs are not readily
go get
available
eggs
like
and get a
sperm.
surrogate.
What are we doing here?
Well, look, you can go.
Hold on,
get
one
eggs,
at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
Again, you can't do it by yourself.
Nobody can.
But that doesn't mean I'm
And
supposed to.
let me say one thing. If it wasn't valuable, why would they have a whole bank of it?
only valuable things go in the bank.
If the man was so
That's a
valuable
fact.
to extract it, why can they just hold it in the bank and not need you to come out the room?
Yeah, why don't they just call it a
They
holding
can't
center?
collect
Why
the
they call it a
wombs.
bank?
They
Why
can
they call it a
collect
bank?
sperm, but they can't collect wombs.
They call it a
Why
bank
they
because
call
it
it a
holds
bank?
something valuable.
Yeah, they wouldn't
It
call it
holds
a bank.
life. It holds energy.
They could have called it the sperm,
to me,
the sperm bucket.
Submission is not a word that a person that can create you should follow. We're the architects of life. Y'all buried.
Birth and create is two different things.
That doesn't make sense that I would submit to someone
You
who
architected.
that doesn't make sense.
What building has been built by what building was architected by a woman?
What are we doing here?
Hepetsu, if you want to go back that far, she designed a whole temple through things in Memphis and Egypt. She built the whole temple.
Do you read the Bible? Do you read the Bible? Do you read the Bible, Danielle?
Excuse me?
Do you read the Bible?
Which Bible is 164? Which one you talking about?
The one where they say that women should be listening to men. You read that?
Just the King
James. That's the King James version, and that's the come lately. No, there's 164.
Let me not say. Do you believe in the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible?
No, I do not believe in indoctrination from men. No, I don't.
All right.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, it's over.
I don't refer myself as a Christian. No, I do not. I know the history of religion, and it doesn't belong to me.
Okay. The point I was saying is pretty much you guys were created to help men.
Yeah.
No, we were created and called Ezers, and Ezer means rescuer, not helpmate. Christianity changed the word from Ezer to helpmate. The Hebrew first text, women are Ezers. Ezer means rescuer. That means that you were never
rescuer, you're not the leader.
because God has sent us here to rescue
the rescuer is not the leader. The rescuer is not the leader. They're the rescuer.
Look
They're
up
helping the
Ezra.
person.
You didn't
That's
become
still a
leaders
helper.
to Christianity. Got a hold.
Yeah, they're helping.
If you were
That's
created to be a rescuer,
that's how words
then
work.
that means yeah. But if you're created to rescue a person, you're not there to lead the person. You're only there to save the person that needs saving. That's the
So
like
the
that's like
person
us
who
trying to-
needs
Which is the
saving
leader.
in a position to be a leader and he needs to be rescued. That's like me pushing
Sometimes,
you off
yeah. What do
in
you
the water.
mean?
You can't
That's
swim,
not-
but I'm
Yes. What
gonna
do you?
jump back in
Yes.
and save you.
Everybody needs help. What are you talking about? Protect your president.
The president don't need the CIA. What that don't make sense? He should
Like,
just be
what are we
good.
talking about? I don't understand.
The king don't need knights. He's good. He's the leader. He don't need knights. The king needs knights. The knights would be the rescuers. He needs those. Every person who's a leader needs somebody to rescue. Yes, that makes sense. Why wouldn't they be the rescuer? If it was that simple, they can just go rescue. They could be the rescuer, and you could be the person that needs rescuing.
So
See?
from my perspective, you must think that creation started from your rib.
My rib?
No, I
Yeah.
don't believe in the Bible. But
I'm not
just,
Adam.
I'm just
I'm
trying
not
to
Adam.
No, I'm asking that.
I'm not
that
Adam.
you
It came
seem
from
to
my nuts.
believe that men were the first to have the what can I say? The creativity to put this reality we see now in front of us would be
Oh yeah,
Hold up.
this is
be a
men. This is men.
masculine being,
Hold up.
which that doesn't make sense because God was a woman in the first 200,000 years
What?
of human history. God was
God
a
is a
woman.
woman.
I'm
Yes.
learning.
Okay.
Yes, until
But
the
she wasn't a
European
good. Well,
introduced
did she?
patriarchy and masculinity to you.
Okay, she was not a good. She was not a good God. If people forgot about her,
Okay.
this man, this nigga's
Yeah,
holding it
yeah,
down
nah.
for a minute.
Oh, okay.
This nigga's holding it down.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
nah.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. We didn't get. I didn't get everybody's
Yeah, nah.
what
Oh, I
is.
see.
I think
I see now though.
we was ending on Reese, right? Did you get
Well, I
your
was going and then this started, so I just kind of backed
you
out.
gave your
That's a
masculinity.
dub, shorty.
You gave your
Sorry.
masculinity. What was your what's femininity to you?
I think femininity. I think there goes. I'm not even gonna try and say it. It's definitely a woman trait, and I do think that it's like a soft, more reserved, a follower. Those would be the traits for that.
Urban follower. Lashonda, what is masculinity?
I can't even. This whole conversation, I can't even. I'm sitting here trying to woosah and breathe and calm the fuck down. Oh my word!
I'm whoa, this is crazy.
Wow. Masculine. I will answer the question you asked me. I'm gonna stay there for now.
Don't allow your emotions to control your actions. I know that's a woman thing.
He's
That
trying
sounds
to
like-
raise bait. Don't let him get you.
Oh no, it's okay. That's just the ignorance of a man. He don't know no better.
Ah,
So
Whoa.
masculinity, in its good divine sense, doesn't have to be aggressive. It can be direct. It can be strong. It can be clear. It can be decisive.
Right.
And firm, where it doesn't have to waver. Aggression is easy. Animals are aggressive and their mind isn't fully developed. So yeah, that's what we've known because we have had really negative role models of masculinity that have been in charge for a particular reason. So true divine masculinity doesn't act like that, in my opinion. So it's those traits that I just said and some of the others that other people have said. That's what I believe masculinity is.
Respectfully, what's femininity?
Femininity, emotional intelligence, which most men don't understand.
So a man can't be emotionally intelligent?
Let me finish. I'm gonna get that. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Because I'm highly
Shots
emotionally
fired.
intelligent. Because yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
a
think
motherfucking
you are.
alpha.
And I think you are, but I think
I'm
I believe
I'm a
in
big
what
dog.
Danielle said is that we hold both.
Okay.
we hold both masculine and feminine because we are whole, complete beings. We are not incomplete beings. So we are whole and complete, and we have both. So I do believe it is emotional intelligence. I believe it is the power of that connectiveness of intuition. I believe there can be I believe in surrender as well, but I'm not talking about necessarily surrendering to a human being.
Oh,
So you
see,
believe?
look, I hope you can see them
So
fingers.
I believe in
That sound like
the
that friend.
surrender. I believe the surrender in,
Respectfully.
yeah. I just met Danielle today, but I believe in the surrender
I'm joking.
to the divine, right? And there is divinity in masculine beings. So I'm not saying that, but in general, no, I'm not giving a whole gender control. That's like giving a whole race control. We see how that landed. So I believe there is kindness in there. There can be gentleness in there. I believe there's wisdom in there. I believe there's leadership in there. And I'll leave that there, but I definitely believe we all possess masculine and feminine. So one might be stronger than the other. We use each of them to lead. If you really look at the true traits of those things, you know, most people are acting in masculine and feminine. If they're well balanced and in alignment, they tend to move back and forth with that. Those people who are out of alignment only stay in one, and they're out of alignment, and you can look at their life and see that they
And
are
it's
not
usually
good manifestors.
They usually single.
Can I ask you a question?
The people that have to use both are usually single.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. See, what you're talking about, we talked about last time. And I'm not talking about women who are out of balance or men who are out of balance. I'm not talking about that they're overly in the wrong way. Because there's like we're going to get to misogyny. That's masculinity in the wrong way. So I think you can do anything in the wrong way or take a trait that's not necessarily yours or that doesn't serve you as an individual. So,
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You talked about the negative examples that masculinity has to experience. Did you? I know you were saying, you know, you had stuff to talk about. Did you forget to talk about the negative examples that femininity also has out there, or they not getting negative examples?
Ooh. Okay.
Only men are getting negative examples of what it means.
No.
No,
I understand what you're asking, and I'm having a conversation with the divine to see how far I'm going with this. So, to really see what I'm actually going to say, because I know where I really want to go, but I'm not sure I'm going to go with there today. But the reality is there a negative femininity? Absolutely, positively, hands down, absolutely. Anything can be out of sync, out of balance, out of whack, negative, and not showing up in its divine sense, in the divine creation, in its purest, most beautiful, amazing purpose. So absolutely. Yeah, I'm not a person. You're not going to get me to say that men are bad, women are this, women are better, and all that. I'm not falling into the low vibration of nonsense. Because that's nonsense. I'm not saying you, but I'm speaking, right? Because I need people to hear this because we've stayed here too long. You know, we've stayed here too long. Like, that's why we're going to see this video thing, because I think we've stayed here too long and we've done it the wrong way. We've done it the wrong way. That's why we've had conversations on the show where men can't find good partners and women are like all over here doing all this other stuff, is because there's just so much out of balance. And we're not in a real good sense out of balance. And I don't think we have a real good sense of kind of what's going on in that. So yeah, I absolutely, anything can be wrong. Feminine, masculine, absolutely, with hands down, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. I'll land with that.
Respectfully, let me recap what we went through so far.
I kind of really didn't hear anything bad about femininity, the way you went in on the masculinity, but you gonna, I don't want to keep it moving.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Oh, is it?
Because
okay.
I got questions.
All right, you gonna spin the block? All right, we can spin the block. All right, no problem. I just hope my cousin get his answer. That was it, because he did ask a question. It was there. All right, cool. You spin the block.
Recap on masculinity. Y'all can hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
What
I think
I
there's a
had,
fire we need to put out. This plane is burning.
let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. What I
Or
had
somebody
on
signature.
masculinity was masculine is logic, it is structure, it is
Who is
discipline.
whistling?
Yeah, whoever's whistling, please stop. If you're not talking, just mute up. It's about to be the top of the hour. We're gonna go to a quick commercial right after I recap it. And I would love to hear you at home too. If you're viewing, definitely I want to hear what comes to mind. What's your thoughts? Or what is masculinity to you? What is femininity to you? Masculine to me is logic, structure, discipline, clarity, and somebody who takes action. What y'all had was aggressive, builder, strength, leadership, development, protection, emotional coward,
I said
direct,
overly aggressive,
firm.
not just aggressive. Overly aggressive. I want to just make sure. Overly.
Got you.
And she put
Yes, why
Overly
this plane is
aggressive.
burning.
Yeah.
Direct and firm and decisive. For femininity, I had creative. When you are in your creative, when you have intuition, when you are flowing, and when you are, and femininity is a receiving energy. What y'all had was soft, kindness, compassion, caring, submission, reserve, follower, and emotional intelligence. To answer Danielle's question, I think she had a question earlier. She said, how can you, it is about balance because everybody has masculine and feminine energy, is how you express it. Are you more logic? Are you more structural? Are you more disciplined? This will mean that you are portraying some masculine traits. Are you more creative? Are you having intuition? You feel me? Are you going more with the flow? This is your feminine trait. Too much of them can be extreme. You feel me? And this is where you have the outer or the outer balance. You feel me?
I can agree with that.
We're about to go into it, man. Misogynistic. Hold on, yeah. Let's get. We're gonna go around the plane on this now. What's your thoughts on misogynistic? When everybody, you ain't gotta speak at once. Please respect the speaker. Sure, we start with you. Misogynistic. What's your thoughts?
I'm happy to get picked this time. I didn't get picked last time, but it's okay.
Oh, my bad. I didn't go get your thoughts.
No, it's okay. You know what? Because I'm a man. No, you good. No, it's all right. No, it's good because I'm a man. I don't move with emotion, so I was able to hold my composure and being able to get where I have to get to.
Send back for you,
Holding
brother.
the
My
composure
bad.
going like this. That's not holding your
I'm
composure.
glad you're holding your poise. Your poise.
Me.
My bad.
I was doing that for comic. I was doing that for comic relief. Half of my thing.
I'm just saying, I don't think that was holding your composure. You was about to break through the camera.
God. Now I'm doing this. I'm doing that for comic relief. You see, it made everybody chuckle, so it worked. Without my plan, it was worked.
Exactly.
What is
what is masculinity? My bad.
No, what is misogyny? What you said?
No. Go masculinity first.
I mean, we all know what that is already, and I think everybody made great points. I don't think I need to really add to it. I just think that it is a high level of being able to control your actions not based on emotional things. Being very controlling of your actions and decisions and planning, and not allowing yourself to just quit because of an emotion. Saying, you know what, I have to handle this. I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? This has to be done.
Femininity?
Quitting because of emotion, giving up because of emotion, not being able to control your emotions in a way that will be completing a task.
All right, I want to interfere real quick. I know a lot of women.
Can I add one more thing to mine first before you come up? Also, femininity is interfering. Very much interfering.
Good.
Yeah.
Read.
That's why you interrupted me to get to
No, I
say
didn't.
that.
I was still talking. I never got finished. I never said I land my plane.
Do you land your plane now, sir?
I'm thinking about it.
Or is it still half flying burden?
I might land. Right. I guess I might as well land if you have to do your thing. Go.
I just have a question. So as soon as you're done landing, sir, I will respect your time.
I'm landed. I'm gonna land it.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that no women can get tasks done? Is that what you were saying?
Women can have babies. They
No,
can
no,
wash
no.
dishes. They
That's
can
not the
wash
task I
clothes.
was referring to.
I'm talking about tasks that
said-
women can get done. I'm telling you.
You said women.
Question. I'm answering the question. I'm telling you tasks that women can get done. They can have a
Okay.
baby. They can wash dishes. They can wash clothes. Some women can cook. They can fit when they're cooking the meal. They can finish cooking the meal.
So there's not women that build empires?
Oh, they also can iron clothes. They can iron clothes. So if there was clothes that need to be ironed, they can get all the clothes ironed.
So there's no
Would you
woman that can
like to-
build an empire.
There's
No,
no
I
woman
asked
that
a
can
question
build.
to you. Is building an empire a masculine thing? Is that a masculine trait?
Was it? Oh,
So, because,
Alexander
like,
the
I
Great
just
was a
think-
girl, right? Alexander the Great was a girl, wasn't he?
He was a bitch ass
Alexander
nigga.
the Great?
obviously, but,
Was that a
yeah.
girl? Alexander the Great?
Nah, he was just.
Genghis- I know
B-
Genghis
BAS.
Khan. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan. People taking. He was
Now
a
you-
girl, right?
You violate. I was just telling you. We know about masculine
Nefertiti.
and feminine. And
Nefertiti was,
She
but
was
then
taken
again, she got her empire from a guy.
Yeah, she didn't take it over. She
married into
inherited.
it.
She inherited
Correct.
into it. She benefited
Oh.
from what a guy did.
Excuse me. All right.
top of the hour, we're gonna go to a quick commercial. We're gonna come back. I got a video for y'all, yeah, and then
Can I say
wanna
one
hear
thing
y'all
before we go to
talk.
commercial? If y'all think y'all can do what guys do, go stand up and pee. That's what I'm gonna go do right now.
No. I don't think it's about that, but I don't think that women give up.
Go run a nation. Go run a nation.
Let me just explain this. I don't think that women just give up and don't complete tasks, because there's a lot of women who are the ones that create the empire at home, and the male is the one that survives off the empire she created. Or she's the one that's building at home and making the foundation and building that pyramid. The pyramid's halfway built, but by the time she hands it over to the man, and he's just taking it over. There's a lot of women.
How about this?
millionaires, and it wasn't handed to them.
How about this?
Well, who?
You lay down, in the house, you lay down the law, we enforce the law.
I'm not saying, I'm not even talking about laying down a law. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. What I was talking about
In the
is there's women
household. You
that
said
will
in the
build
household.
the foundation and build what they're, even if it's an income, if it's a business, there's a lot of women who build that whole foundation and get the business up and running and moving, and the male takes it over. That doesn't mean the woman gave up on the task. She was the one that started the shit.
The man takes over.
If a
Why would
man-
the man take over?
Oh, and you built
If a man's a leader, he's going to be the leader and he's going to lead that situation. But if the woman is the one that
You
did all
gave
the
it to him.
foundation and started that business, you can't say a woman doesn't complete tasks.
I don't.
Yeah, I thought you built something and then give it to somebody.
So let
and
me
then
ask
you
you
complain about
let me
giving
ask
it
you
to
a
'em?
question. There's never been a situation where the woman's been the sole provider in a relationship?
Is that a
pretty
masculine
Who the
I
fuck
haven't
was
been in
completing
one.
the task when she was the sole provider?
But
I haven't
as
been
that,
in one.
now, with that being said, right. There we go.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
with
Everybody's
that,
tongue
hold
twisted
on.
now. Oh, okay.
No,
Thank
no,
you. We
no,
can go to
let's-
commercial.
No. Hold on. Let's stay right here for a second. Let me answer.
Yeah, don't drop
Oh,
niggas.
I'm
I'm saying I haven't been in one. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
Right. Now, with that
Right.
being said, how many of those type of relationships
I'm-
stand the test of time?
Even if there is one, it disproves what you just said, that women don't do any tasks. If there's one relationship where a
said they
woman
don't
was
do
a sole
tasks?
provider for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, she is the one that was completing the task at that moment.
Correct.
A woman could be the sole financial provider for a pimp. That doesn't mean that she's the leader. That doesn't mean that she completed tasks essentially.
I wanted to
That's what I'm saying.
elaborate
Doesn't
on when he
make sense.
said Nefertiti took over. I don't think y'all understand what Pharaoh means. Pharaoh means the queen's house. If she hadn't married a man, he wouldn't become a king.
What?
Why is there no record of what you're saying to be said?
When y'all were talking earlier, the gentleman said Nefertiti took her power off the backs of a man.
From her father. She didn't take it from her father?
And I don't think
She
y'all
didn't take it from her
understand
father?
that the word pharaoh means, by definition, the queen's house.
How did she get that?
She has always been in power. You can look it
No, she
up.
didn't. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
I did.
How did she get
Pharaoh.
She inherited the power when he
exactly.
died.
Thank you.
That's the
Now go to commercial.
The queen's
Now
house.
go to
Pharaoh
commercial.
means the
I
queen's
literally
house.
just said that.
Do you think
No,
that
Go to
she?
commercial.
Do
You
you
haven't
think
even
that
said
he
shit
was
this whole
first
motherfucking
leader
time. You want to go to
before
commercial?
Nefertiti's husband had
Talking
to
some damn
sue
nonsense, trying to
British
piggyback off the other man. Get the fuck out of my face.
That's the
a
point.
whole nother
That's
conversation.
Pharaoh
Excuse my
means
friend.
The point is,
a
hold on
pharaoh
one second.
means was
The point-
supreme
Got
political
me hot
and
up in
religious
here now.
rule in ancient
The point-
Egypt. That's what pharaoh means.
The point was that niggas didn't build her pyramid for Nefertiti. Niggas didn't. She inherited that shit and
She
renovated.
didn't have a pyramid built.
Exactly the point.
Thank you. Who's piggybacking?
You didn't even have a whole
That's the
topic
point.
by
How
this
am I-
whole time, and now you want to piggyback on them with this
And-
whole subject.
Men
Get
get
the fuck out
pyramids
my
built for
face.
them.
But hold on. You agree with some? Wait. Stop that. Because you agree with some of these females too, ladies too. You're not.
No, I'm
Come
saying
on,
I
so don't do that to
disagree
me.
with the man.
Don't
I'm
do that.
not- now listen,
Don't ever
I'm
do
not
that.
disagreeing.
No. Don't ever do that. Be respectful.
did it.
Be respectful.
I did it.
I don't piggyback
I'm a
off
woman. I did it.
Oh, okay. So don't say that's about me because we all do the same thing. I agree with what you said. That's not piggybacking. That's agreeing. So don't ever come to me like
That's
that.
not what
Respectfully.
that's not what I was referring to. So if you heard the whole topic, then you would
Yeah, but
understand
you
what I
said-
was saying. You didn't have
But
nothing to say until they started that.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I still know about it.
Give your own
I
opinion.
still know
baby.
about it. I still study it. No, I don't have to. I can do that. If he said it, I agree with what he said. Why do I need to say it? Like you do it with
You
your
want to talk
friend.
to like you dropped the motherfucking mic. You didn't drop shit.
I'm not here to drop anything. Well, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Why are you doing it?
He understood this.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Stop doing that.
You can't
Stop
understand
doing
no
that.
assignment.
Now you
Mic
good.
drop.
Man, you doing too
I
much.
never disagreed.
You're doing too much.
I
You're
never
doing too
disagreed
much.
that a man should be the leader in the marriage. I'm not
You're doing too
disagreeing with
much.
that. What I was
You're doing
disagreeing
too much.
with, you're doing
Be
too much
respectful now.
shit.
You're doing too much. You coming for me. I'm trying to defend myself from
I
you.
guess I'm in my
You coming for
masculine
me.
energy.
For no. There you go. But you coming for me. I'm trying to clarify something. I'm trying to clarify something. That's all.
Fuck up in the show. We'll end it.
Yeah. Hi.
Now go to
We could go
commercial.
to commercial.
Peace to my flight family.
Yeah.
First time flyers. What up? I know everybody. Everybody has a story, a question, conversation they've been avoiding. If you know them, send them over here. This is the place where real talk happens. If you got something to say, someone you need to say it to, or a truth, or you finally needed land, I want you on the show, man. Apply here. Or you already know what to do. Comment ready to land. Somebody will get back to you. Land your plane.
You lied to me. You promised me that you would never ever switch sides on me. Honestly, I respect modesty, and I might have to take it as comedy. Always quality, no quantity. Cut your sleeve, I don't want no apologies, cause it don't mean nothing without honesty. Honestly, you try to be, it wasn't that, I ain't not fighting me. All I really want is vibes and peace and fire to ride with me, there's no I in team. I am who I say I am the anomaly. Cockily, rejected your drama league. Constantly, you asking me if I could leave, and them the streets or in the sheets. I know she a freak, I'm call her baby E.T. I wanna stay, but I gotta leave. I wanna stay, but I gotta leave. You lied to me. You promised me that you would never ever switch sides on me. Honestly,
welcome back. If you are tuning in now, or if you're tuning in later, I appreciate you. A first-time flyer, thank you for checking me out. Fight family, welcome. What's going on with you? You see what we got going on? A little turbulence. I got a video for y'all, but before we go into the video, let me get your thought on misogynistic. Dirt, we're gonna start with you.
But I'm sure he'll be back very soon. I like what his passion is. Everybody's too friendly. I like what it's like. We all have things we care about. It does, to me, it's very good content. It shows that that's what people in the comment section might be doing, man. I remember he asked me about misogyny. I think that's just a way for people to. It's almost like the narcissistic thing, where people take something and just turn it into a negative area and try to make and find out negative things about it. Like, it shouldn't be in a world where people don't like themselves enough that they're willing to delete themselves. To say that somebody loves themselves enough to not delete themselves and want care about themselves is wrong. It's very disheartening for me to live in a world and such like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like, in a way, we have made masculinity such an evil trait that we want to believe that it has advanced. Because if we have misogynistic, if that's a negative way to be masculine, what's the version for a girl? Why is there no opposite for a girl? Why is there no thing of there's too much femininity? Why is it only too much or just thinking about men too much? Oh, that's wrong. Being a man is the wrong thing. It's because we have been painted to be the villain in the same light we have been painted to be the hero. That's why you have those people who think that they are princesses and you're supposed to come on a horse and climb up their hair to get them out the fucking castle. So it's like the same, I guess that in a world where we live, where we are the hero, in some way you will become the villain. And that's what I think that misogyny is, just an example of that, where we have now been pushed into the role of a villain for expressing who we truly are, because of the fact that who we truly are can be abrupt sometimes and can be whatever it could be. The things that can also be positive have now been looked at as negative because people have too much falling out of their roles or their positions. So now it's like, oh, he's misogynist. He's too. It's just the way, just like I said, you're gonna play the villain in somebody's story, and to me, I think that's just that's just us, our turn in that way. And I'll let him with that. And I guess since he's not here, we can ask anybody else who wants to tell us what misogynist means to them, to be misogynistic, I guess.
I'll jump out real quick. I would say.
You can't hear me?
Oh, we
can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, I'm like, where the fuck am I at, nigga? They here the whole time. Cool, Billy, my bad. Go ahead. Pop out.
In a nutshell, just hatred to women. Thinking women are less than. Misogynistic, pretty much. You're a misogynistic person, you're just thinking that, women are not equal or not equal to you.
You think women are equal to you?
Me?
Yeah, actually,
there's things that I can do that women can't do, and there's things that women can do that I can't do.
Why do we even divide sports and sexuality if women are equal? Why do we divide it?
That's a different type of equals we're talking about, though.
But that's equal. Equal is equal. Either they equal or they're not equal.
Overall,
so should women be boxing men in the ring? Should they be boxing each other? Because they're equal.
That's the definition of the word.
Of equal?
No, that's the definition of misogynistic.
Okay.
So that's why I was giving my definition.
Now,
if you want to go into that, that's a whole different. No.
Yeah, no,
women don't go into boxing men because men are stronger.
Oh, so they're not equal.
Not strength wise, no.
Okay, thank you.
Not strength wise, sometimes not. I don't want to answer it. I got my divine told me to stop there. I'm gonna stop. That's what the divine power told me to do. I'm gonna stop there. I might spin the block though, but right now we're just gonna stop there. The divineness. Respectfully.
I'll go to Reed. Misogynistic. What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna agree with Cuzzo. I think that it's just like hatred towards women, or feeling that you treat a woman differently based just on their gender. It has nothing to do with anything else. Simple. It's almost like racism against women because they're women.
My bad.
It's sexism.
Yeah.
So why is there no version of women treating men wrong because they're just men? What is that called?
I don't think that anybody should treat anybody wrong based on their gender.
No, I'm saying, what is that called? What is the name of it?
Toxic masculinity.
Why don't we hear about toxic femininity? Is there no toxicity in it?
I think that, again, we were describing what the word was.
I'm just asking. Is there no?
And I'm just telling you that word is not typically used as hatred towards men. It's hatred towards women based on their gender.
There's no toxic femininity, because women can't be wrong.
No, women are completely wrong.
Women are never wrong.
Women are wrong. It's just that men don't think they're ever wrong. So that's what it comes down to.
How? We're toxic? We're misogynist? How we not? We are wrong. What do you mean? And we have words for our
I don't think anybody ever said that women
we can
were
definitely
not
pull you
wrong.
to the side. We can definitely pull you to the side first and be like, you know what, man, I shouldn't have did that. I apologize. You know what I mean? I was wrong. And so on and
You
so
want me
forth.
to apologize for what?
I don't think y'all can do that.
Go to commercial, and you said no, but then when you got your little point in there, you said end commercial.
No, because you was coming for me for no reason.
So I'm
'Cause
apologizing
you
for
thought I was
myself for
piggybacking.
allowing myself to get tricked into it. That's what I'll apologize for.
I didn't trick you. I just, you know what I mean? My brother said something that I agree with, and then you came for me. I
So
agree with my
anyway,
brother.
as I was saying, is hatred towards women. See, misogynistic right here. Thank you.
No, I was saying, I was saying when we go and apologize, right? You feel me? We're not in our feelings no more because we know we said something that was hurtful, right? So we go and apologize as a man. Could you do that as a woman?
I can apologize.
No, because you're still being your feelings.
No, I'm not in my feelings, honey. Never.
I said no, you will still see. Look, you still talk about that. I'm not talking about that anymore. That's done. I said no because you were still being your feelings. See, that part is done. We already squashed that.
No, I said again, I could apologize for what I just said. So I answered your question. Yes, I could apologize.
We see Harlem Bob shows.
How do you pronounce that, Lashonda? Polygyny?
No, misogynistic.
Misogynistic.
No, you said the opposite. You said the opposite of misogynistic is polygyny.
Yeah, what is it?
Polygyny or polygyny. It's spelled PHILOGYNY.
Why we don't have feminine? Why we got? Why did it get with an F?
Hold on, we're about to go to Lashonda. Lashonda, what is misogynistic to you?
Everybody's already said it. I'm gonna let that be.
Respectfully. All right, I got a video. I want y'all to check it out. Then I'm gonna come back, and then Lashonda, you gonna kick this thing off.
A lot of heterosexual men don't like women for real. They don't. They like women sexually, but they don't like women. They're not attracted to what a woman is outside of her sexual organs. I've met a lot of men who want to be in relationships, who bring out their surprise. They don't like women. It is astonishing how many straight men just don't like women. They don't like them. They just don't like them. Yet they spend their entire life trying to sleep with them. Do men like women? The answer to that, in general, is no. Men don't like women.
most men that I see on here, most men that I see actually don't even like women. Even the ones who call themselves ladies men, actually, especially those ones.
There are straight men in this world who do not like women. They view them as inferior, and if they get an opportunity at any chance, they will try to devalue her. These kind of men are not DL, they're not GAY, they are misogynistic men.
People don't like hearing this, but it is undeniably the truth. There's a reason why now there's robots, and tons of men are excited about it because they were never interested in women as people. That's why they're going, I'll just get me a robot. Good. They think that that's an insult to us. No, it's just telling us who you are, that you don't actually like women. All of these men who don't really like women, they are shopping for resources. A lot of straight men want access to women's bodies, but they're not actually attracted to women outside of what they can use them for sexually. They see an object to use for their pleasure. They see a body. It's so cute when women come to my comment section and say that they don't know any men who hate women. I guarantee you that you do. He hates you. He likes that he has control over you. But he hates you. And I'm not saying this to burst anyone's bubble. I'm saying it because I'm worried about you. Because one day it's gonna smack you in the face and shock the hell out of you. You can't genuinely like someone you believe exists to serve you. You can absolutely desire them. You can want access to them. You can feel entitled to them. But liking someone requires seeing them as separate, autonomous, and equal. And for a lot of men, that foundation was never laid. So the resentment that women encounter is not imagined as often as we are told that it is by men.
Can I say something real quick?
This the plane about to be on fire.
Can I say one thing? Real
For
quick?
real.
Yeah, we about to get everybody on it. Hold on.
Can I just say something?
Pop. Yeah, go ahead, pop out. Any thoughts, sir?
Because the one comment about men saying they're gonna just get a machine. How many women already said they was gonna get vibrators since they've been vibrators? They've been using machines. I don't need to do this. I got a vibrator at home. So then when somebody makes the same comment about the idea that there might be an option for them to use the instrument, now that means you hate women.
And they put it in our face.
You hated men. So you hated men when you were saying you would just use the vibrator. You must have hated men then.
Preach,
Yeah,
brother.
they definitely put it in our face. Nigga, I don't need you. I got rolls at home. Fuck, I need you for. I got rolls at home.
Brother.
Now
Preach,
is
brother.
the problem when the man said they could use a machine.
Preach,
Come
brother.
on,
Yeah.
that don't even go
She-
together.
Amen.
She got done wrong. She got done wrong. That's why she's saying that shit.
Facts.
I
No one
was
wants
going
to
to say that. That one comment got through me.
We don't even gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
One at a time. Go
Yeah,
ahead, jump out the window.
I love my black woman, bro. I don't know what the fuck she talking about. Sometimes I can't stand them just as well they can't stand me. You feel me? I get it though. I get it how the dynamic goes. But there's not one thing I love my black woman. I really do. I got a knucklehead in the motherfucking room that I love dearly. She just gets to my fucking nerves. I do relationships. I don't do overnight gets. Nigga, I've always been about my people. So I don't know what that shit is about anyway. That shit is weird. I want to get what my bro said about the fucking toy. What does it mean? What does it mean to you, nigga? Y'all tell us to step the fuck up. I ain't got step the fuck up when I ain't got to use my rules, nigga. Right in our face. I mean, like deliberately, like here, nigga. Step the fuck up.
You know what I'm gonna say too? I hate when women always try to say men only want to use them for sex. But
That shit is weird, bro.
When you try to want to use them for something else, they don't. Some of them can't do it. So yeah, a nigga's willing to just use you for some pussy because that's or mouth because that's what you're really good at. You're not good at communicating, possibly because you allow your emotions to fuck up your communication skills. Possibly, I'm not saying every woman is like that. I'm not saying every woman is like that, but I'm saying that if all you're, I'm wrong for letting you do what you're best at. if you're not good at other shit, you can't even fucking pick what we're gonna eat at. It's like what we're gonna eat. You can't pick it. And now I'm just using you for said because you couldn't pick what we were gonna fucking eat. No, you couldn't pick it, so I picked it. I gave you a chance to pick it. We've been out for 3 hours. We ain't going nowhere to fucking eat. Yeah, I'm horny and I'm hungry now. The fuck?
Then it's going back and forth. What do you want to eat? It's up to you. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Come on. It's just what we doing tonight, and then we'll take over because you can't do it. That shit is just coming out weird. I said it's different.
Too much.
That shit is crazy. They don't like us. They don't like your ass.
Facts. Yo, facts.
They don't like your ass.
I mean, like, what's the question?
Ain't no question. Yeah, I just
are
need
we
your
just going
thought,
off the video?
and then,
Yeah,
what's your
with the
thought?
video. Well, this is what I get off. This is what I got from the video, right? I feel like, first off, I feel like all these niggas is just looking for motherfucking clickbait and trying to get likes and shit. That's what
Talk about it.
is about. That's what all that shit is about. Because what type of nigga don't like women? Fuck are they talking about? What kind of straight man don't like women?
They trying to get them pussy. Hallelujah.
Facts. Just like how Lada was talking all that shit and he beat his woman. But anyway, let's stay on the subject, right? Niggas just trying to motherfucking just get clicks and likes and shit, trying to get following. That's number one. That's what I think of the whole video. Two, I maybe the females that don't listen are hard to deal with. Yeah, I probably don't like those. They're cohesive to exactly what I'm trying to do in life. So yeah, we don't like those type of females. Doesn't mean that I'm gay and I don't like females. No, I just don't like dealing with those females. But also, I'm a man and needs pleasure. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to holler. But this is only going to be for this certain thing. No, do I want to build with you? No. Because like Cuzzo said, you probably can't even do that. You can't even get to that. So you know what we going to do? We just going to do Netflix and chill. Yeah, here we go. I'm lying.
If your cousin lets you hold the neck with password, you know.
Harlem Bombshell says, hold on one second. Harlem Bombshell says, I think this is straight men don't like women is a recently prevalent phenomenon because of the imbalance of the masculine and feminine. Also says, liking a woman body parts and liking a woman is not the same thing. To only want a woman for her body is to objectify her and deny her humanity. Reese Moolah, your thoughts on the video?
I'm gonna keep this
If you're
very.
not talking, mute it up, please. Hear something in the background.
I'm gonna keep it very simple. I don't think that men don't like women. I just think that, again, it kind of plays into the part of that. It does kind of play into the masculine and feminine thing because men want women that listen. And
facts. Say it, sis. Say it louder. For the people in the back, they can't hear you.
So
my bad.
if it's a
I thought
woman
I was
that
muted.
doesn't listen, it's not that they don't like women. It's that they don't like the traits that that woman is possessing. And if you just don't like women at all, then I think you might be on the down low. Just saying. And that one British man, I had no clue what the hell he said. I could not understand what he was saying. But I don't think that men don't like women. I think that it goes back to that masculine. Men they want power, they want to control, they want to lead, they want to protect, they want to do all those things. And if a woman is not listening and following and being submissive to those things, they don't like the traits that she's possessing. That doesn't mean that there's not another woman that will possess those traits. And then I'm going to land with this after I say this. Men have no problem using the toys that women buy on them. So we're going to just drop that mic right there. And leave that alone.
Hold up.
And
No,
if you
we
want a
can't-
fucking robot, go
No,
get a robot.
hold on. We can't just leave that there and drop it.
Well, you guys was like, oh, what's the difference
Nigga,
between
hold
women
on, wait a
having
second.
toys and men
Hold
having a
on.
robot? I'm not
Men
saying there's no
like-
difference.
men
If you
like
want a robot, get a robot.
Hold on, men
But-
like toys that you guys use on them. What? You
No,
can't
I'm
just
talking
say
about
that.
Men have
What?
no problem if that woman got the vibrator. The man has no problem using the vibrator on his girl.
Oh, that's different. Oh, the way you said that, it was like they using the vibrator on him. All right.
Oh hell no! That I'm not into that. That's not, no, that's not my
No.
That's what it sounded like. All right, that's why I had to stop. Well, hold on, we got to pull back. Hold on, reverse.
No,
that. All right, all
I
right,
definitely
cool.
was not referring to using the toy on the
All
man.
right,
I was referring to the man
absolutely.
using the toy on the woman.
Facts. Okay.
I'll
I agree with
clarify that.
Thank you. I agree with that. Definitely do that.
And go get your robot. We can try and play with her too and see if she's good at it too.
We never know.
That robot might use the vibrator on me and it might be the best thing. I don't know.
Donda, want to hear your thoughts and start with the question.
She said thanks for clarifying.
When I first saw the video, I have to say it was sad. It made me sad that there are men out there even saying this. That there might be people that fit, like this might be a prevalent thing or whatever the case is. I don't watch the news. I don't watch all that other stuff. So hearing that was kind of like, what? Is this for real? Are these people, and I do think people put things on social media because it's a money game, right? We live in America. This is a capitalist society, so that's what reigns true. But listening to more people talk, listening to the conversation we've had tonight thus far, wow. I'm sad. And I'm sad because I understand that, I don't know, my definition of liking someone and how you treat someone you like might be different than some other people's. Because when I like someone, I don't make fun of their religious beliefs and how they carry themselves. So when I said I paused because of the divine, and to say that in a sarcastic way doesn't feel respectful. And you can say respectfully.
All right.
Am I talking or are you talking? So I know to be quiet or to talk. Which one?
Well, I was apologizing because I see you took it personal. So I wanna apologize because I'm not here to attack anyone or their beliefs. I was here to that was a light joke, but I want to apologize if you took it personal.
But if I
as
said
a man,
it was about
as a
me,
man,
right? It wasn't about everybody else, though, right?
Right, but I know what I did. I take accountability. I'm very self-aware. That's why I was able to jump out the window right now, in the midst of this, and apologize because I see how you took it.
Yeah, I took it because you directed it at me, right?
And I owned it. Again, it was a light joke.
Okay.
For comedic purposes.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep things lightly, going back and forth. And that was the only reason. I wasn't judging you. I wasn't making fun of whatever you believe in or anything of that nature. So me, Coupe de Ville, 79, Southside.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to make that clear now.
Gotcha.
In front of everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
So continue.
Okay, gotcha. Understand. Because I think for me, when I saw this video, it got deep for me. And I've had conversations with a couple of people after this video. And I want to be really clear to the audience, to people who don't know me, for real, I'm in a lesbian relationship, but that has nothing, it's not because I hate men, because I think men are bad. Man, I love men. Let me be crystal on that. I'm 100. I have sons, love them to death. Best friends that are male. My inner circle has more men in it than it has women. So I want to be crystal clear when I say the things that I say. So when I hear things about men and women and this kind of frustration, and I hear some of my female friends who are single and can't find partners, and I'm hearing this kind of stuff about men not liking women and all of this crazy, let me be clear, that's going on. It saddens me because I know so many really good men. Let me be real clear on that one. So many really good men out there. So if no one comes in my presence and says that men are dogs, men are this, men are that, you can't step in my presence and say things like that. Just like you can't step in my presence and say women are this and that. It's not allowed. That low vibration isn't allowed. It's just not, because I have too many men who, if I need something, they're there. If I have an inkling of something, they will step up to the plate. They will come in and step in and just do things for me. So that's not even a thing. But when I hear this thing of, and I look at the culture, and I've learned from you guys talking about how you've said certain women, and there's a big chunk of women out there who are very transactional, right? And they don't want to build with a man. And I'm hearing that, you know, men aren't liking women. They like, you know, they're attracted to the body and all that, but they don't like them. It does sadden me. It really does, because we are amazing beings and creatures. We are amazing, but we're acting like animals, and we're acting from this low vibration. And I feel like you've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. I really do. I feel like you have been hoodwinked and bamboozled, and you don't even understand it. You don't even know that you're in the matrix. Because I don't understand, like I've said to my friends, like, I don't understand how you can be a woman looking for a man and talk about men the way you do. You talk about a man worse than me. Like, how can you look for someone you love and say women are this and men are this and this and this? What the hell do you think you calling into your life? What do you think you're going to be attracting? What you speak, you manifest. So you will absolutely get what you say, because that's what you're talking about. But it's like, how do you show up every day? How do you treat the sisters around you who maybe you're not attracted to? That shows me something about you. Because, yeah, it's easy to be nice and smiley and all giggly if you're physically attracted to a woman. But if you're not, and you treat her with respect, you don't have to ever say respectfully this or that to me. I take you at how you come at me. I take you in what you say, not those other words. Your actions speak louder than words for me. Real talk. Because, see, I already read you when you stepped in the room. That's my feminine energy and my power. I read you in less than 30 seconds. The fact that I don't tell you about yourself is me giving honor to who you are. Because sometimes when I read you, you can't handle what I see, because you ain't even seen it yet. Real talk. See, but that's some of the power that I possess, and that's some of the feminine power. But I just feel like we've taken feminine power, masculine energy, all of that into meaning male and female, and that's not what it means. That's not what it means. Because men have a certain way, and there's a spectrum of men, just like there's a spectrum of women, right? But masculine and feminine is about energy. It's not about gender. It's not about gender. And I think when we combine everything together, that's how things get mashed up. You know, Dirty had talked about like the misogynistic, why are we only talking about the male side and not the female side? And that's that us against them mentality that people do to create that controversy, to make one side bad and the other side good. And that none of that is true. There's messed up on both sides. You know, if you're acting transactional, you know, like a hooker, prostitute, I don't give a, those are the words I know, right? You can make those words nicer if you want to, but that's what you are, right? If you're acting transactional, that's a low vibration. That's a very low vibration. If you're beating up on women, that's a low vibration. Those are two extremes of the culture. Most people don't live in those extremes, and they shouldn't. And if you're attracting those people into your life, you need to do some work. Because that should not be who you're attracting into your life. Do you see them in the world? Sure. But they should not be what you're attracting into your world. And if your world is surrounded by the hookers and the abusers, then you might need to check yourself. Because that's not who most people are. That's not who most women are. That's not who most men are. That's just the realness of it. And I think we give those two extremes too much attention and too much power, because we make it seem like that's how everybody's acting. And everybody's not acting that way. You know, I listen to you guys on the panel and I hear you talk, and I've even shared with friends and family and my son. I said, you know what? There's some really good guys. You need to check them out because you guys are older than he is. And seeing men share and talk is important, and who have wisdom and emotional intelligence. I want my son to see that. I want my son to understand that. And we have to me, I just can't get to the low vibration. I ain't going to do the us against them. I ain't going to do, because that's what they want, because we're just perpetuating the stupid. And I don't have stupid tolerance. Anybody around you will tell you I don't do stupid, and I don't have stupid tolerance. I'm too old for that shit. It doesn't have space in my world because there's too many people out there hurting. They're so out there hurting. And I'm gonna land that part with that.
Go on the second part. That's the question for us.
So I had some questions because I watched the video, and for me it was like when I watched this, because like I told you guys, I'm not out there, I don't see things, all that. What do you think caused all this crazy? This kind of crazy thing of men, you know, straight men don't like women and all this kind of stuff, because I didn't understand, like I don't have a context of where this came from or what this is all about.
Honestly,
mm-hmm.
Me too. I wanna keep it real. I never heard that until now. So that's why I came off like, yo, this has got to be clickbait, and it just got to be for likes and follows, because I never heard this before. It's not a trending topic. It's not like the masculinity, femininity thing that been going around for a couple months and, you know, probably years now. But I never heard that. Like, this is the first time, and I'm on IG. I got all social media platforms, and I have never heard straight men don't like women. What the fuck? What? Stop, bro. So that's what I would say. I never, until Cuzzo played the clip, I never heard that.
No, I actually heard it from those women who got hurt. So I actually definitely heard that from the street. From the street, I definitely heard it. Real shit. And they say bad things because their friends are now liking them. You know what I mean? That how that plays out. And girl, don't you go with him because he does this, does that, and that. And I don't trust. Just like that. If there's a group of girls with men, you don't want. Sorry for that one girl who doesn't have a man, because she's gonna try to play on to her feelings about how she got hurt and play on to the girls who are with people. And so she's the bad apple. I definitely fucking heard that shit. Me personally, I am definitely a one person woman. Like I stick with mine, right? Not just my color, just like if I'm with you, I'm with you. Ups, downs, in bad, indifference. So I never not dislike my people. I love my people. I really do, and I fucks with my people heavy. So I'm not that of that era or think like that. I like, that's weird to me. And I land with that. So I definitely heard it before.
All right. So with that being said, like I don't even listen to those type of females because they projecting. They're not really coming from a sense of logic place or like even logical thinking, where it has a meaning or like it makes sense. They're coming from a hurt place. So those type of conversations and that really, you know what I'm saying? You can listen. You always want to listen, but you can't really listen. So if he goes with that, I say yeah. You know, I can understand he hurting them from a hurt female, but I just to be honest with you, I never really heard that from respect to everybody.
Yeah, I never heard of this until like just recently. And I think that it's a little bit of everything. I think that a lot of it is clickbait. You know, especially on TikTok, you see one person do something and then everybody else is doing it. That's what TikTok is primarily. Somebody creates something and everybody else just follows the trend. And again, I don't think that it goes back to men hating women. Again, I think it goes back to everybody's different. We all like different things. We all like different traits that men possess. Men like different traits that women possess. And I think that sometimes people, if you're not exactly how I am and what I like, either this woman ain't shit or this man ain't shit. And then it creates these little things and tangents that people go on. And I do agree that you have that bad apple. Like, if you are in a group of women sit there and chit chat about their relationships and stuff and like that. And then if you have that one woman that's not in a relationship, she is salty. She's gonna throw a wrench in.
With me? Oh my goodness!
I'm agreeing with you.
Thank you and blessings. Sis agrees with me.
There's a lot of women who, if there are that solo person in the group, they feel like they're the outsider. So if you're telling them, you know, and it might not even be a negative thing that happened in your relationship, but if you're just talking about your relationship, they're going to hear something and then they're just going to run with it. Oh, he ain't shit because he did that, or he ain't shit. When realistically, it wasn't even about, you know, what you were stating was nothing about that. It might not even been nothing negative about that person, but they're having their own feelings that they're not processing correctly. So the best thing to say is, oh, men don't, you know, treat women right, or men aren't shit. That's where it comes from. And I think that I'm sure on TikTok at some point, if you go down the rabbit hole, that somebody said somebody wasn't shit and men didn't like women, and then it created this big, huge trend and everybody's going viral. So let me jump on the trend and just get on there. I'm sure if I posted a video right now talking about how men hate women, I'm sure it's going to get likes and comments. And why not? I'm making money off of it. So the next person is going to see I'm making money off of it, and they're going to hop on it. So I think that's kind of where it comes from. And because I never really, you know, heard that men hate women. Like, that's something to me that is weird. We're the opposite sex, that straight men, and specifically they said straight men. Like, obviously, if you're a straight man, you must like a woman because you're not liking other men. And let's be honest, all people that are in a relationship or with another person, you have to have some type of sexual attraction to that person. That is normal. I hope that you would have that. I hope you're not in a 10-year relationship and you don't want her for sex, or you don't want sex with her. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And it's like, if you're straight, you're gonna want to have a sexual encounter with that person if you're sexually attracted to that person. So to me, that was just like mind-blowing in itself. That, like, you would even say, like, oh, they only want us for our body. Yeah, they probably do want your body, but it doesn't mean that they don't want any other part of you. And I think that goes back to women possess traits that men don't possess. Like Dirty was saying earlier, a woman possesses that mother nurturer to children that men might not possess. I'm not going to say that there's no man that doesn't possess a nurturing trait to a child, but typically that is a feminine trait that women possess to nurture the children. So, and I think that it just gets shambled and all, you know, how social media is. It like blows up one thing and then everybody's gonna get on it. So I don't know where it came from, but I'm pretty sure that being if that was the whole TikTok video thing that I was watching, that's my guess on kind of. And if you already are getting paid from TikTok, I'm sure that was a hot topic that you were definitely going to make some money off of, is my guess.
Harlem Bombshell says, I think that has been a thing for a while. We just never actually said or gave it a name per se. And when these men that straight men don't like, when these men say that straight men don't like women, I too think it's coming from a hurt place. respectfully. Not talking, please mute up. We hear something in the background. Lashana, what was the question so I can answer?
Yeah, ask what did you think was the cause of this? Like, how was this created? You know, that straight men don't like women. That part, not that other stuff.
A hurt woman. That's where it came from. I keep it real when it's real. I know women are not perfect, and that definitely seems like something came from a hurt woman. And men just jumped on it. Like a lot of the men that were in there talking, like, you know, saying it. I'm sure that was the trend part. And the women, I don't know. Some of those women that were on there, I don't know. They did not do a good look for women.
No, respectfully, because at the end, you get the video. The woman that was mainly talking, that was the one that had all those clips in the front, and I guess she was reacting to that. So yeah, she did look pretty hurt. She sounded hurt. However, majority of what we see online is coming from what Lashana said, that us versus them, that gender war, that we don't have no wins in it because it doesn't really, not about us. However, I think it takes the attention off of the actual, instead of attacking the men, I'm going to attack the group because they have a pattern and a behavior. Only I've never heard for men not to like women. Misogynistic, what I equated it with, or the words and the things that came to my mind was Boy Scout, Catholic priest, the niggas that is raping these boys. These are the only misogynistic men that I know, is the white men. These are the niggas where you have white females, their daughters coming out saying that they had did a test where they was like, forgot what the percentage was, but when they tested them, they didn't know how they got these venereal diseases, and majority of these rich white people are protecting it with the doctor. So this is the first form I've heard, as far as I've heard, as hatred towards any type of woman or hatred towards anybody. Is them. You feel me? So as far as them pushing on it to say that men hate women, that like I said, that's a continuation of some shit that has nothing to do with us. And then that was my initial thing, as far as, like I said, when I first seen the video. And to answer your question, how they come up with this, it sound like a continuation thing of some feminine shit. What it sound like, because mentioned, if anybody is familiar with the Egyptian, you feel me, principles or whatever, or Sor or Set and Heru, then even in the Bible, they have symbolization. You feel me? So we've got people right now that practice. Ma'at. So this is an unfamiliar thing to some of us, and some of us, like you said, just found out today. Most of us really don't know what this is about. But as I see it, I think it's a continuation of what white women been going through in their damn household with the white man. Crying out, hurt, and shit like that. That's what I think. Back to you, LaShawn. You got some more questions? I got some questions too.
Dirty Dinka. Let's see, lean in.
Hold on 2 seconds.
That must be my son. Yep, thought so.
What about me?
What was the question again? My bad.
No, it's okay. I was saying, what do you think caused this? How was this created? This whole thing about straight men not liking women.
I think that it comes from over exaggerations. I think that when we say we dislike something, I can dislike something. I love Reese. We were neighbors. Do I like everything about her? No. Does she like everything about me? I would think not. It would be easy to exaggerate that I don't like her. And I think that from that exaggeration, which is we already know that negativity spreads faster than positivity. If she was to make a post, or if I was to make a post saying how much we love each other, make a post about that, it might not get as many likes. If I make a post naming all the things I don't like about her, or she made a post naming all the things she doesn't like about me, it's gonna get a lot of likes. And I think that when that you also touched on that too. When things are on social media, it's for likes, it's for attention, and negativity seems to get more attention than a positive outlook. So I think that it's easy to exaggerate how much I don't like women, or do like women, or don't like them, because that's what's going to get attention. Because the things that I point out will now be blanketed for all women. And the things that I pointed about men, if I was a woman, would be blanketed for all men. When the reality of life is, like, even on the show, I laugh, a joke, I play game over. But I've said that in my life, I at one point did feel like only men should be the leaders. I did feel like that. I did. However, I have learned that in some relationships, some men like to be led. The same way there's some people who have kinks where they like to get beat. I don't want to get beat. I'm not into that. I don't want nobody walking there stepping on my scrotum with heels and shit. I'm not into that. But there's some people who are into that, and I'm not here to kink shame. So I think that what we do is we like to put things in cookie cutters, and when things don't form the cookie that we're trying to form from that cookie cutter, we get angry. And a lot of people will attach to that anger that is expressed from that discomfort of things not fitting into the cookie cutter. So I think that there's reasoning behind why a man might not want to be a combative woman, even though I've heard even brothers on this show say they like combativeness. You know what I mean? I've heard that. I'm not a person who likes combativeness because I don't like confrontation like that. That doesn't deal with me. And I'm not a person. You know what's funny? I know this on the subject of subject. Not to shut down. But there's this thing on TikTok and Facebook with a couple of girls, and they say, "Do you like big girls, or am I going to be a fat bitch every time you get angry at me?" I've been seeing that, and I think about the amount of times I've actually called a big girl that I'm dating, you know what I mean, or a bigger girl, a BBW or whatever, a fat bitch because I'm mad at her. How many times I have ever done that? You know what I mean? And it's probably very low, if at all. Would you agree to that, Reese?
Nope, every day. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe in the nasty way. No, I'm going to stop.
But
no, he doesn't call me a fat bitch.
But out of anger, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I don't like confrontation, because I think I've said this before and I'll repeat it again. Because when I'm angry and we're having a combative situation, I can be combative some people gain strength from being combative. As far as being able, is almost like a drink. They get confidence to say things that made them angry the whole time from that. But me, when I'm angry, I'm not saying stuff from strength. I'm just saying stuff because I'm angry. And I'm essentially losing control. Not in the control of I'm letting split ship out. I'm saying stuff to fight because we're in a fight. I'm throwing punches. All my punches are not going to be above the belt. I'm trying to throw some below the belt. I'm throwing kicks. I'm not saying I'm a domestic violence because I'm not a hitter or a person like that. But I'm just saying, I'm talking about verbally. And that's what I think what happens is that I also wonder, because I know I'm not the greatest person in the history of dudes. I wonder how many niggas really do be calling these bitches fat girls because they mad. Like, how many people really be doing that? In my mind, I wonder. So I think that's what it comes down to, is that you have one person who does something to you, or one person who does something to this person, and then one person does something to this person, and then everybody just jumps on that bandwagon. But I think I've said this to, I know I said this to my cousin. We was talking about women, and because he was talking about he was courting a woman, and I was saying to him, and I think this is very important for anybody seeking a relationship, to ask the person, why did your relationship go wrong on you? If you ask a good amount of people why did their last relationship fuck up, they'll be able to blame everything on the partner. Oh, he cheated on me. Oh, she cheated on me. Oh, she was. Well, what part did you play in it? Because it's easy to play the victim. It's easy to do that. And that's what people rather be, because that they know that people feel sorry for victims. They don't want to be the victimizer, or they don't want to be a co-conspirator in the thing that happened. They just want to be an innocent, because why? If I'm innocent, then you can feel sorry for me, and da-da-da-da. And then it creates this fake idea to the person you're even courting that, well, I know I'm not gonna do what that dude did, so I'm good. I'm not gonna do that, so I'm good. When really you have a bunch of other things that you never even brought into the conversation that can be issues that maybe I don't want to even say the word that led to the cheating, because that can also be confusing. But I'm just saying that you're not giving a full diagnostic of why things happen. There is a cause and effect to everything. And why you don't want to acknowledge that, and why you just want to believe that this happened out of nowhere, is almost like you believe in magic. A rabbit doesn't just come out of a hat. They have to, you know what I mean? It's things that happen. So what happened to lead to what led to what you are saying is a thing now. So why I think it's popular is because of that tribalness that we talked about before. The same thing that's based in race. It's the same thing. It's the reality of life is we are all people. Has there been racial issues in history? Yes. However, as far as I know, not saying the Yaku theory is 100% right. I don't know who knows what the Yaku theory is or whatever, but not saying that's 100% accurate. However, it's been shown, and it was a thing on National Geographic. I can't really find it on YouTube anymore, but it had stated how everybody came from Africa. So if everybody came from Africa at one time and migrated from there, that means that no matter how light or how dark your skin is, or how much pigmentation you have or lack, you're African. You're essentially African. And I'm not like, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying so. But however, it's easier to join this other cult that we're in. This is why people are so fascinated with sports. Because we love to join something and feel a part of something, that whether it benefits us or not. It's not like there's a fucking really a white fucking charity, or a money that they give to all white people every year, or being black means I'll get this check for just being black every year. And they put in aside, they done created trust, and they know they wanted to end this thing for real life, and they every year just for being this, you're going to get it. But I'm involved. I'm tied in. I just got look. Got this hat. Love the hat. Right? Got it. You smell that? What is it? Velvet? Honestly, never fucking liked the Knicks. From New York, never liked the Knicks. Shout out to them winning. It's good that they win. It's good. But I don't think I'm about to get a check for them winning. But I'm tied in because I'm in New York. I had to get this hat because I'm wearing this shit this year while they're the chips. I gotta hold it down. and that's what I think it comes down to is it's easy to pick a side. And I said that before. I said that when people say they don't understand racism. I say if you ask a person who's smarter, men or women, if you ask a man or woman that who's smarter, the person's probably going to say the thing they are, or they're going to be scared to answer the question. They're gonna. I don't want to answer it, but if they want it, but in their heart, you would hope that you're part of the smarter group. So anytime there's any separation that is expressed in any way, shape, or form, yes, it's going to be a side picking, and I'm going to pick the side that I'm already a part of, because that's the one that I want. I want to be the one that's right and the one that's the victim and the one who is being taken advantage of. And men are just as transactional as women. The transactions a transaction is not a one-way street. It's not a dead-end block. So if I'm mad at women being transactional, that's like me being mad at shopping at Walmart, but keep shopping at Walmart. What the fuck am I keep going there for? So it's like the transaction has to go two ways. I know I expressed my thing earlier about saying people's qualities, but I think that I do believe that it's lack of understanding of each other, or even attempt to understand each other in any way, shape, or form. Because it's, again, easier just to say somebody's the villain than to understand what do I even find villainous about them. And like when the question that Reese posed earlier, when we're wanting people to change, and I think you even made a good point, LaShonda, when you were saying that, do we love the person for who they are, or do we love them for who we think they can be? And I truly think that is the baseline for most relationships we see today.
I'm gonna cut you off, my bad. If you're not talking, please mute up in the background.
I feel like the baseline is we haven't learned love. We only learn love from our parents, and that's a completely different love than a relationship love. Even then, the person we love, we talked on my show, his service announcement, got to drop the plug. Last night, we talked about beating kids. So the only person we've learned to love us beat us, punished us, did things to us because we got on their nerves. So now how do we show the person we say we love nowadays love when they get on our nerves? Oh, we punish them. Some of us beat them. Because that's what we've been taught. That's how we've been taught to treat each other we love. We should probably learn in school how to love somebody, how to love somebody in a relationship, how to treat somebody, how to actually say, you know what? I don't agree with everything you do. I don't like everything you do, but I genuinely feel something different with you than I may feel with other people. We've tied everything about our love and what that means into monogamy or not monogamy, and I'm not here to practice anything, but we in the idea of lack of the sacrifice of others, we have tied that into love. But truly, even when experiencing others, when you truly love somebody, it's going to be different with that person you're with. And I'm not even talking about different as far as the sexual part of it. I'm just talking about in general, the actual reality of connection. Me and Reese's been together for about 19, I think it is, 18 or 19 years. We weren't together the whole 18 years. During that whole 18 years, we have both experienced other people at various times when we weren't together. Even my bad, some of my shit, I'm not the best person in the world. I might have made some experiences when we was together. I'm a piece of shit in that area sometimes. I have been. However, the reality of life is it's different between us, our connection, the things we have accomplished when we are together. And, I think about that. I thought about that. And this is, and I guess I should apologize in front of the world. I don't appreciate her as much as I should probably. And I can't speak for her, but I don't know if she appreciates me as much as she should probably. We probably should appreciate each other more. But we have allowed the way we've been taught to love to say we have to punish each other or focus on negativity, because the reality of life is no matter how much positivity a person does, the negative thing they do will get the most attention. It will get the most of our energy. It gets the most of our focus. Everything you do positive, it's cool. Thank you. That's cool. Thank you. You spit in my food when I was about to eat it? That shit is going, I'm going to be thinking about that shit all day. Maybe days and weeks and months. I'm thinking about that. But how much has been done before that? That was positive, that I just kind of written off. I think that's the thing, is an attention grabber. Negativity grabs attention. And to some extent, especially on social media, even when I'm on the show, I'm having fun, I'm trying to grab some attention. That's what we're here for. My damn dog lays her head on my lap right now because she wants attention. We all want attention. It's the way we live. And I guess I'm gonna have to stop taking so much, and I'm gonna land my plane with that.
Thank you for that. No, I think that was really good. Thank everybody seriously for that. For those of you watching, if you're catching us for the first time, we have really good conversations, and there's really good people here that share their truth. And yes, we may joke around, we may do all things, we may even say some crazy shit, but the reality of it is this is the realness, and this is why I'm here, because I like the people that are here and the realness that they bring to the table. My next question, because I know you said that, it's funny that you mentioned Mayat and Delanuche. You mentioned Mayat, and I have Mayat, the principles on my wall. And we used to do with our children every morning before we did homeschooling, everyone would say the 42 principles or rules, whatever you want to call them, of Mayat before we started our day. And at dinner time, we ended the day with the 42 principles to take self-accountability. And my kids, in Mayat, it says, whether you lied or not. So at the end of the day, you say, if you said, I did not lie, then you did not lie. But if you didn't say that, we knew you lied, but we didn't do anything about it, because it was about taking accountability for yourself. And it was about self-awareness and lightening your heart and being aware, like, okay, maybe tomorrow I should do some things different. It wasn't about punishment, because I do heavily believe in those 42 rules of Mayat. So I wanted to share that because you mentioned Mayat. It made me think of that. And I know you guys had asked earlier about the negativity, the negative side of femininity. And I had a question about that too. That's why I didn't necessarily address it then, because I have a question about that. I had a couple of conversations with some people about like that video and the things that were going on. And they were talking about, most people who know me now don't know that, I used to be a big hip hop head, like hip hop to my core, like old school hip hop. I don't know new school hip hop. I don't listen to it, but old school hip hop, like, yeah, to my core, for real. And we were talking about the music, and now that hip hop is old, I never thought it would be old, but now that hip hop is old, we have generations that grew up in that culture, that grew up listening to that music, whether it was their parents, their aunties, whatever, depending on how young they are, listening to that music. So if you've been listening to music as a female that's been calling you a bitch your whole entire life, and that makes you transactional and talks about you only sexually and all of that, kind of wondering, like, did that perpetuate this transactional kind of behavior that we have now, about women thinking, well, if you want to be with me, you got to pay for it. And, to me, that's transactional. That's very, that the only thing a woman brings to the table is between her legs. of value. Let me say that the value she brings is between her legs. And I wonder, like, how do men deal with that? Because I heard what you just said, Dirty, about the fact that, just like prostitution, if a prostitute's standing on the corner and nobody's buying, then she has to go into a different business and find another job. So I understand there's two sides of that. So asking the men, what do you think men have to do, or what do you think men need to do to kind of change the game of this kind of transactional type of behavior? And then I can ask, like, Reese and myself can answer on the women's side, like, what do we kind of need to do, or what are we seeing, kind of thing. But asking men, like, on your part, like that part that you guys play in that, not you literally, because I'm not saying you guys literally deal with those women, but like what you're seeing. And how do you think that you can help with that, or handle that, or deal with that, or even tell the younger generation who's really, dealing with it more? What words of wisdom or things do you have for them?
Respectfully, good question. Who wants to pop out?
Wait, what was the question again?
Sure. As a man, like, how do you tell other men how to not engage in the transactional kind of behaviors, or what kind of words of wisdom do you have for men as far as dealing with those women or the girls, or helping the girls not be that way? Because some of you guys are fathers.
That shit touched a little bit. I never got that chance. You know what I mean? I got booted from the island. That's another story. Right? So at least I can show, because it's the World Wide Web of internet, and you can, people see everything however you want to portray it, right? So I lead by example. That's all I could do. I don't want to fall victim. So me being booted from the island, I don't want to let them see that shit killed me. I'm still strong. I'm still standing. I'm still here. I'm still ready to pick up the phone, type of all that crazy shit. So I would definitely want to lead by example. Because talking nowadays, I tried that. I walked that line. Some listened, some got disrespectful. So I just, play my position, but I definitely want to lead by example. You know what I mean? Like, reading more, getting more knowledge. So whenever it comes by, I'm ready to have that conversation, right? So I'm strong on lead by example. Yeah, I like that. I land though.
Cool Villa, you still in the building?
Yeah, man.
Pop out.
Well, being the OG, I have a little homies, right? And I don't mean OG, you know what I mean? When you say OG, niggas be talking about millions of bodies and have to do all this extra shit. Nah, I just mean in life experience and what I've been through, and able to coach and guide the younger youth to not make the mistakes or go down the roads that I took, or, you know what I'm saying? Try to keep them on the narrow path. So I understand where you're coming from. So this is what I do, and I have to agree with what Cuzzo just said as well. You do have to lead by example. You have to show them. A lot of people, you can talk, but then you're not living that righteous. They don't want to hear that. And I also am a parent too. So I'm a girl dad at that, 2 daughters. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, also, I do try to communicate and teach them that, the way that they're promoting transactional activity is not the way to go. And for the little homies, or the young kings, I call them, that follow me and watch me, I always tell them, if you have to pay, you're not that guy. She's not the one for you. There's always going to be someone out there that's gonna accept you for you. You just gotta get past the ones that's in this transitional phase right now. So be careful, keep your head up, and just remember, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's not gonna happen today, you still got it. You still go. Just keep going. It's more you, and then too, another thing is you also, what I learned is what you give out, you attract. So if you're right, your energy right, you're doing, you know what I'm saying, heading towards the right steps, usually that aligns with someone who's, you know what I'm saying, on that type of time as well. So that's why I would jump out the window and tell the young kings. I try to tell the young kings, if they follow on my page, they see. I would definitely do that, and I also tell my daughters, you know, because I can't teach my daughters how to be ladies. Unfortunately, I'm a man, and I'm an alpha man at that. And so I try to do what Cuzzo said. I try to lead by example by showing them how to treat ladies. So hopefully they can see how to get treated properly in that aspect of not, you know, having to be using my resources to get what I want from you. Nah, that's not how these things go. Not how it go at all. I say that.
Did Dirt jump out?
How do I advise people not to be transactional? I think the difference is knowing the difference. Knowing how to know the difference between somebody who's only dating you because you're doing stuff with them, or somebody who's only coming around you because you're doing something for them, or somebody who is actually genuinely happy to be around you. It's not, I think it gets so twisted and mixed up, you know, because if, you know, I don't smoke anymore, but when I did smoke weed, you know, I remember, you know, there was girls who I would call, or, you know, they would come around and they would come to smoke, and sometimes we would fuck or whatever, you know. Wasn't for the weed exactly, but you know, that's just reality. We all smoked. However, I think you know the difference between a girl who's coming to fuck for weed, and that's the same difference between a dinner or whatever else a person needs or whatever, is if this person's only based on a financial gain, you know. And truly, to me, in my thing, that's always been a turnoff, just for me personally, because I have my own self-esteem issues that I've hopefully worked through to some extent. You know, sure I still have some, but initially the idea that somebody didn't think I was cute unless I could pay them to think I'm cute would not make me feel cute. To me, what makes me feel cute is, you know, the words of the person saying that, whether I have a pocket full of money or not, you know. I think seeing when you have it and when you don't, how people act. Is somebody willing to go on a date that's not a date? Does it have to be Roof Chris? Does it have to be Red Lobster? For some, even broke people, some people, you know, you could be tricking at McDonald's. They don't care. They'll take a McDouble. They don't give a fuck. They mom ain't got no food in the refrigerator. They just need some food. I think that you need to learn that, you know, like I said, in the relationship I had, you know, there's been various points in our relationship where, you know, I worked and I didn't work, and I remember I quit my job thanks to a Nipsey song one day, you know, and that didn't work out. You know, that time we broke up later on after that. We was together for a minute though after that. But at that point, yeah, I would say she was probably the sole financial provider in that relationship. And I wasn't with her for that. You know what I'm saying? I was with her because when me and Reese is bad, and when we're good is great. And when we great is excellent. You know, for those moments. So it's like, that's what it was for me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's what you want to know. Does this person genuinely care that I can feed them or not feed them? Or would they sit, you know? I remember when we were in New York, I had came to New York. We had just broke up. We had got back together, whatever. Kind of fake. We was kind of talk. We was messing around or whatever. And it got to the point where I couldn't go to her house and she couldn't go to my house. We wanted to stay together though. So we both had places we were staying at, but we couldn't go there. And we would sit in the car together. You know what I mean? Fake sit in the car. You know, we were still smoking there, so we might be smoking in the car all night or whatever, but we in the car because we don't even want to go home without being next to each other, you know? And it's funny because we have a house now. It's a pretty big house. And sometimes we don't even want to sit in the same room with each other. I guess I can at least speak for myself in that. But it's when you think about the idea of it, but it's just like, I think that's what you need to know, like the genuineness, you know, with this person. So it's like, I think you have to be able to know, just to know, like, what is this person? Is this person calling me because they need something? And I think also, what people, you know, and I have to add this to it too. How fast somebody needs something is very important to me. Like, we just met and your phone is going off. What were you going to do if you didn't meet me? How were you going to keep your phone on? You know? Like, so now this is like, if you can't pay it this month, how you going to pay it next month? What the fuck happened? Like, now I'm about to be the phone guy. I'm allegedly. So I think that just, you know, getting to know each other outside of a financial gain in any way. I think I said this on the show before too. I am a big believer that the first date should be Dutch. I know DeVille disagree with me because of past courting things. However, I think the first date should be Dutch because it shows that I'm here because I want to get to know you. I'm not here for a free meal. I'm not here for a free ride. I'm here to get to know you, and I find getting to know you just as valuable as I think it is for you to get to know me. And I think that would cut out a lot of transactional situations too at the same time, because if you can get a person to agree to pay for themselves and whatever they willing to eat that night to get to know you, I think you kind of know, hey, this person's not just here for the money. And could you get played? Yeah, you probably could. But I think that's why it gets confusing, because we are taught in our past that it is meant for a man to do that, to pay to get to know you. So it's already setting up this transactional ideology within your head, because you got to think about how many women, if you approached them and said that idea to them.
Wait a second now, sir.
I already said you disagree with me. I already gave you a voice.
Yeah, you can't answer for me. You can't call me out, then answer.
I didn't call you out. I was saying that I know that some people disagree, including Group DeVille. That's what I was saying.
Nah, I'm not saying I don't disagree with the concept. No, I agree. If they both agree to that concept, I respect that. But also, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be ruthless. I just say that it don't have to be the first agreement. It could be like, yo, let's go get Starbucks. And you just pay for a coffee.
I get that, but what I'm saying is,
but I just don't want you to feel like it has to be something like.
No, I'm not disagreeing at whatever. However, I'm saying that even if it was Starbucks and she agreed to pay for her own coffee, just having that conversation, I think, even if you were just testing the water, like we're talking to a youth, right? Talking to a younger person who's trying to learn. So even if you was testing the water, hey, let's go out and get coffee. You get your coffee, I get my coffee. Once you see her, I gotta pay for my coffee. You know what I mean? Then you know what she's here for and what she's not here for. Because you would see that she's not, I don't think everything has to be 50-50. I think that's based on a financial situation. You know, I think that on both sides of the spectrum, me and Reese have done that. We have done different ways of splitting things, and both of us have also covered things. You know what I'm saying?
So I just want to add something else too, real quick. I'm gonna let you fly your plane. Excuse me. Usually, when a female agrees to coffee, they're usually into you. It's more than just. It's more than just keeping it a buck. A lot of
if it was
females
Reese,
don't.
I would know she just wanted coffee. She loves coffee.
A lot of females don't agree to just having a first date coffee date. It usually have to be something spectacular or a little bit more in depth with pockets wise.
And I get that point.
So it's never really like, let's go take a stroll in the park and walk and talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
It's usually something that have to be subjective to amount.
Yeah. No, I get it, because you can even ask people. I've seen the TikToks and Facebook reels where people say, how much do you want somebody to spend on the first date? A lot of them didn't say, we could just go to the beach. A lot of them had some astonishing numbers. But I think at the same time, I think that
fly your plane now. I'm out.
You know, you're good. I think that communication and conversation,
correct.
That to me is what's going to really help you, because what we're talking about is trying to figure out who's just transactional or not. I think it's through conversation that leads to that. That the idea of that will be the thing that shows you who's just trying to get a free meal or not. Because to me, I think that I truly believe that anybody who thinks that you should pay to get them to know you, even if you didn't go Dutch one day, would say the next day, you know what, next one's on me. Not because of the whole 50-50 thing, but just the idea that I'm not just here for that. I'm here to create, I want a partner. How that's what I don't even get. I don't get that part. If you want equal balance and you want all these things, why are you creating a hierarchy or allowing a hierarchy to even be subject? Because what you're doing is you're showing that this person is in charge by the person who pays them, whoever pays the money's in charge. So how much do I want that person to be in charge? And then why will I be mad when that person's in charge then? So to me, I think that it's good to say, hey, yo, what would you think about going on a date if we both pay for ourselves? Just asking. Even if you wasn't going to suggest you actually do it, but just seeing it. Where will we go then? Because that's also too. Don't want to just go to Rucrest when I'm paying. If that's what we go, if we both was paying for ourselves, will we go there? Where will we eat if we both had to pay for ourselves? Because I hear a lot of people have all these ideas of what they like and don't like, and what they need and what they don't need, and where I would refuse to go on a date. Well, would you refuse to go there if the bill was on you? Or is your standard only based on how much money's in my bank account or not in my bank account? So I think that's the biggest thing. I think it's through. So I guess I'll land with that. That's my biggest point. Through conversation with that person. Do conversation, do communication. And I'll land with that.
Did that when you popped out?
Huh?
What'd you say?
It was for Jim. You talking to Jim?
No. The Reese go?
She gonna go
I
after
haven't
you.
went yet because we were doing men first.
Huh?
You gotta turn that fan on. But go ahead. It's your go.
What do I have to? What? What do I have to answer?
How do
Shonda, what was
how
the
do
question?
this my bad. Yeah, I heard it though. Go.
Yeah. No, I think Gemini answered the original
I
question.
did. I think I did. So this was
Yeah.
a rebound or this?
Oh, my bad. All right. What was, all right, I'll go to answer. What was the original question? Say to the, you said something to say to the young man.
Yeah, I said, what would you say, and how would you, deal with younger people, talking to them about this transactional thing, and how would you show them, or what do you need to do to show them something, how to not be that way, I guess, in essence. And yeah, even if you are a father and you have daughters, like what would you say? What would you do? What do you think needs to happen?
It starts with, I'm going to say it starts with creed. And I don't say creed as in the modern term where people probably take it as is referring to a religion. I'm saying creed as in make sure the person you're with has the same or has some of your core beliefs, or that family has that. They come from that. There's already a familiarity right there. Some of the principles y'all have that makes it easy for when y'all do want to relate to each other, that these things already align up. However, to not put it on any particular, like I said, religion, person, or anything, any young man could walk through with these characteristics, because it's not to, what we have today is the extreme part of it. However, it's going to be transactional. There's going to be a bill. You want to be a man, you want to be a provider, you want to be a protector, that costs. The cost of it is your responsibility. Financially, yeah, it's going to take some of that. However you get to that, that's up to you. However, consistency, integrity, and responsibility are all characteristics every young man should have. That doesn't, white, black, Asian, small, tall, doesn't matter. You feel me? It's not to dominate or use your power, you feel me, to abuse. It's to basically, if you want to be the king of your kingdom, the only way for it to flourish is not to abuse your power. You create your kingdom so you can flourish. So you ask, how can we not make it transaction? It's not ever going to be transactional. If a woman wants to be a queen in a kingdom, this is the price that I would have to pay. You feel me? My integrity, my consistency, my everything that I have to, you feel me, put up and show that she trusts me with that. That's how you have a kingdom. That's how you get told and remembered in history.
So she's submitting to your mindset.
It's not submitting, because if you try to rule with domination, you're gonna get fear.
But I think that's I think the way we taking the word so big. Submit can be so many different ways of doing it. But you're always thinking about conquer. It doesn't always have to be a conquer.
No, I'm not saying conquering. I'm just saying, yeah, it'd be a submission thing. However,
but I know the word is kind of it give cringe as soon as it say like obey. It's just told those things that humans made cringy now. Now is, you know what I'm saying? And obey is part of your vows you take when you get married. You know what I'm saying? Unless they took that out. If they took that out now. I think I remember saying that. That was 2016. I know it was a long time ago, but I remember saying that. I remember that.
I was there. I remember you saying it also.
You know what I'm saying?
But just like you said, words are power. So yeah, it's not that it has
This shit never happened. Anyway.
words of power. Like I said, words have power. So it's not that the cringe attached to it. It's just that we could have a different thing of words. You feel me? Like I said, if you try to rule in domination, you create fear. If I rule in protection, I create space and trust for her to do
Look
that.
at that
For
real
my
quick.
kingdom to flourish.
I had to go off topic. And that was the first time I met my sis too. And look how long, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to sis. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the first time we met and shit. And we rocking out still. No doubt. Just wanted to put that out. I thought that though. Do your thing. Yeah, do your thing.
So
yeah, I flew all that way to support your boy. Respect.
So that's what I would say to the young kings: create your kingdom, and your shit shall flourish. Let's go to a quick commercial. I'll come back. We got one more video.
Hold on, I want to answer that question from a woman's perspective.
Oh yeah, my bad. Keep forgetting everybody tonight. My bad.
So what I would want to say is, I'm sitting here thinking about it because I know that I have been in both aspects of it. When I was younger, obviously I went into things as like that transactional thing. I know that I hung out with people when I was smoking weed just because they had weed. And I knew that there was nothing I wanted with them besides just, I want weed. But I think a lot of it falls down to women feel entitled and they walk into things with this entitlement that they should be taken care of. And coming from somebody who's been through a lot at a very young age, like I had to grow up very fast. I was 14 when I moved out, 16 got pregnant, had my daughter at 17. You never know what is going to happen in your life that is going to throw you for a whirlwind when you have to stand on your own 2 feet. I walked into a relationship with my daughter's father, and he was a drug dealer. We had money. I was taken care of. He paid for everything. He died instantly. Like nothing that I knew was going to come. And when you walk into it with that transactional mindset, that point at time, if I wasn't strong enough and had my own, I would have crumbled and fell apart because I would have relied on somebody for everything in my life at that point. So now here I am, a brand new mom. Her father passes away and I relied on his finances to take care of me. Thank God I'm not a weak woman and I know how to do what I got to do to make sure that my stuff's good. But I think a lot of it starts out with women walk into relationships entitled that this person should take care of me. That's your first mistake. Your second mistake is ever thinking that a relationship is going to be 50-50, 100-100 at any point in time. Relationships, they're going to have ups and downs. You never know what's going to happen and you never know what's coming around that corner. You might have the best job. That man might have the best job. He's the CEO at a company. All of a sudden that company closes. Now you're going to be that 100% provider until he get back on his feet. So I think that a lot of times we walk into things thinking that a man should be a provider at 100%. Yes, if you were looking for a provider, cool. I understand that part of it. But also know that the way that the world works and the way that life is, nothing is ever set in stone 100% when you walk into it. So when you walk into it, yeah, he might have money. At one point in that time, he might not have money where you're going to have to take on that responsibility. So stop thinking that relationships are always going to be he's 100 and I'm just chilling, or it's 50-50. Don't stay in that mindset. And back to what like Dirt was saying earlier, we've been through a lot in our relationship. It's been points where I've taken care of a lot. He's taken care of a lot. We split here and there. It's a lot of balancing when you're in a relationship. And like he said, we have owned a house, lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, lived in hotels, lived in a car. They're like, a lot of women now don't possess that I'm going to stick through thick and thin. A lot of women, as soon as it gets rough, they're jumping off the ship. And just because something gets rough for a little bit, you got to ride the waves. If that's truly who you love and you want to be with, you're going to ride that wave of what's going on at that time. That doesn't mean that he's any less of a man if you have to be the one that steps up and picks up those pieces at that moment. And it doesn't make you any less of a woman if he has to step in and pick up pieces at moments in time in a relationship. That's what a relationship is. You pick up the other person when they fall, and they should pick you up when you fall. And I think that a lot of relationships have got away from that, and a lot of people just run at the slightest bump in the road. And you're never going to get that experience to stop making it transactional. And you're going to never get that knowledge, and you're never going to get that, all of that stuff that comes with the ups and downs of a relationship. Nothing's perfect. Nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes. I've done a lot of shit in my life. I have thought, like, I know I have a lot growing to do with the anger that I possess, and I'm working on it. But it's not something that I can own and take accountability for, that when I get pissed, I'm going for the jugular. I don't give a frick. And I'm working on learning not to argue about everything. So I feel like that's a lot of it, is that entitlement piece that women now that are growing up, and let's be for real, who doesn't want to be taken care of? And that's coming from a man and a woman's perspective. Who
Also,
doesn't want
too,
to be
what you just got finished saying is, I'm sorry to cut in, but it's really good. So I just have to jump in. What you just got finished saying is what a lot of men are looking for. That person that's going to stick with them through thick and thin, the highs and lows. Because, again, that is not happening now. A lot of people want the finished product. That's what it is now. Everybody wants the finished product. No one wants to go through the struggle no more. No one wants to build and see the castle brick by brick. If they got to do the work as well, they're like, you know what I'm saying? But that's what a nigga really wants right there. That's what a real nigga's looking for. That one, and that's the ones that get the bag. That's the ones that wind up getting everything what she dreamed about, because she showed that she was willing to stick in through thick and thin. And those are the girls that win the game. Excuse me, I have to say that. That's real.
And like, it just, and again, I 100% believe in that, because I know that we have been through hell and back, wheels falling off, putting them back on. And it always reminds me of the saying that Rome was never built overnight. And if you don't put the work in, you're going to always make it transactional at some point, because of the fact that you're going to feel that entitlement to something. And I always think that part of it too is that people think, oh, just because I give, I should get. And that's not the right mindset to have. You should have the mindset that you're doing something for somebody because you want to do that. Not because you have to feel like you need to do that. It's because you should want to do that. And so I feel like that's where some of the transactional aspect comes in, is that people are doing things, but then expecting something in return. And just because you do something at that moment doesn't mean you should get something in return at that moment. It's going to come when it comes at some point. And it could be like, just because I buy you something doesn't mean that that's going to be the return of you buying me something. It could be I paid the electric bill and that's my return for purchasing maybe a pair of sneakers for you. And I think that a lot of people, they misconstrued that you should never give with the expectation of getting. I give because I want to. I love you. I want to do this. I don't have to do it. I don't need to do it. I want to do it. And I think that a lot of women nowadays, they lack the part that you don't have to buy love. And that's what I think a lot of women are lacking these days, is that they're trying to buy somebody's love. No one's going to love you because you buy it. Because at any moment, you may not be able to buy it. And then what do you think is going to happen at that point? They're not going to want to be with you if that your whole thing is based off of buying. You don't have to buy for somebody to love you. Yes, is it nice to get gifts, and is it nice to give gifts? Yes. I know I'm not going to speak for everybody. I know for myself, I like giving people things that make them happy. I like getting gifts. And anybody says they don't like getting anything is just not being realistic. We all like to feel that special moment, and it could be the smallest thing. It could be a cup of coffee. I can't tell you how many times like he's brought me coffee to work, flowers to work, unexpected, and it's little things like that. I'm not saying that you have to go extravagant every single time, but just little things of gesture to let somebody know that you're thinking about them goes a long way. But stop thinking that you have to buy somebody to love you. If they don't truly love you for you, nothing that you can buy is ever going to make them love you. And I think that that's a lot of things. And it goes back to that low self-esteem that he was talking about earlier. You know, I can't get any better. So if I keep buying and buying and buying, he's going to eventually love me. No, if he's not going to love you, he's not going to love you. No matter how much you buy. That's where you become, you got a pimp at this point now. Like, that's where that whole thing comes in there. But so I think there's a lot of key aspects that go into that transactional phase. And when me and Dirk first met, like, if I was going into it with that mindset of entitlement or that transactional, our first time hanging out was in a bando. Like, so to me, like, if you can get through, like, that was our first date, a bando, guys. It was not, no money involved, no, nothing like that involved. And it's like, those men want to see you when you can just struggle it out at the toughest times in life. They want to know that if they fall, that you're going to have their back. And the same for women. They're going to want to know if they fall, that you have their back. And it doesn't, like, yeah, who doesn't like a nice dinner? But at the end of the day, when that dinner's over, that dinner's gone. You're not going to get that steak again that you just ate. You might get a different steak, but dinner's not going to tell you anything that you need to know about that person that you're interested in or trying to build with. It's not going to be that foundation. That dinner is not going to make or break it. So if you eat McDonald's, Taco Bell, coffee, fancy steakhouse, wherever you want to go, that's not going to build that. And a lot of men back up when they realize, like Dirk was saying, how many women would really agree to go on a first date and have to pay for them? Like, I would love to know that poll of, like, how many women would be like, yeah, I'll split that with you. I'll pay for myself. You pay. Because I guarantee you the number is probably going to be low because their expectation is that a man should take care of them. I want to know that if anything happens to me tomorrow, that he's going to take care of my son and make sure my son is good. So we look at the wrong things. I don't want to know if anything happened to me tomorrow that, damn, I want him to take care of me. No, I have a son now. I want to make sure that if God forbid anything happened to me, my son is good. That is my concern. That you're going to be there. If anything happens to me, you're going to be there for my children. And I think that a lot of women just get past the basics of you feel entitled. You feel like you should have the best thing, but then you don't want to work to get it.
Right.
You don't want to do the groundwork.
I want to take care of your son we just met on the first date.
No, I'm talking about me and Dirk. I'm just
no. I know. I'm just using that.
Listen, if I go into it with I want you to take care of my kid on the first date and buy food and bring it home, there's a problem.
Like, what do we?
That should be a red flag if I'm asking you to buy my kids on the first date. If I'm asking you to buy them food or buy them anything, that's a red flag. That means you ain't shit and don't got shit. And if all I can say is thank you for doing for me and my kid, and you never can say thank you to me, there's a problem.
Facts.
And I think that, again, a lot of women, they don't want to be real about their own fucking feelings. If you want somebody just to take care of you, be honest about that. Make it transactional. But don't walk into it thinking that he's going to put you on a pedestal and treat you like the queen that you want to be treated like, because you're walking into it with that mindset that he has to take care of you. Queens have to do work too. And a lot of women now just don't want to put the groundwork in.
Hey, now, let's go.
And that's what it really comes down to.
Bars.
I have been up in my life. Like, I was just talking to LaShonda earlier about, I've been in the same field since I was 17 years old. I don't have a college degree that I should technically have for the position that I have. But I did it because I grinded to get where I am. I learned and I listened and I put up with a lot of shit to get where I am. I don't want to work for nobody else. I want to work for myself. But I also know that you can't just do that overnight. You have to be the yes person to somebody that's above you to learn what you need to learn to put that groundwork in to get what you want. And I want to know at the end of the day that I got me. Because at any moment, that person that you love can leave you. And then what, you going to be out there on the street corner trying to be a trick for the next one? No, you got to be able to support your damn self. And a lot of women don't want to be honest with it, that they don't want to support themselves. And if all I can continue to say is thank you for taking care of me and my son, thank you for taking care of, and you're never being thanked, like, and that person's never being thanked for what they're doing, there's a problem. If you ain't shit, just say you ain't shit, and you don't want to ever be shit. And I'm going to land with that because I'm getting a little too passionate now.
Hey, can I
highlight
can I say something before we go to commercial too? That was good, Reese. Totally good. You know, listening to Reese and listening to all you guys, I have to say that I asked that question about the transactional because I've been that woman. I've been that transactional person for sure. When I was younger, it came from a place, and I will tell you, mine did not come from a place of entitlement. It came from a place of low self-esteem and never feeling worthy, never feeling good enough, never feeling pretty enough, never feeling special enough. It came from that place. So when somebody gave me something or took me out or whatever, it validated something in me. It made me feel worthy and made me feel all this stuff. And I'm, you know, and I have to agree with Reese. I think some of these girls are putting on the facade of you're entitled, but I can tell you, sitting in a room with some people, that's a facade they're giving you, because underneath it, there's a lot of fear and they don't feel capable. Like Reese talked about how she can handle things and take care of things. I don't think a lot of these young girls can. So they're asking men to be ready, or whoever they're asking, boys, because I love my son, he's 22, but he's still young, but they're asking them to be ready. And it's being ready because they're afraid, because they don't feel like they can handle it or they can take care of it. So they come off all cocky and defensive, which isn't real truth of worthiness. That, oh yeah, you better do that. All of that is a facade, because if I'm worthy and I feel worthy and I know that I deserve something, I don't ever have to say it. I don't ever have to say it. It just comes. And I think that's the key. Like, I would want women to understand that when you're really worthy of something, you don't have to ask. You don't have to demand it. You don't have to be grand and loud and drama filled with it all. That's that fake stuff. That's that wannabe. Not I am. Not I've embodied it. Yes, you have value, but you have to know what that value is. If somebody asks you on a first date, what do you bring to the table? You better be able to give the list, and none of it should be what's between your legs. But what can you do? So when times are hard, like Reese said, well, what are you going to do? What can you add to this? What can you bring to the table? Can you get on the floor and fix the floor and lay down the floor? Can you change a toilet? I love being in my feminine, but trust and believe, I can tell you how many floors I'd put down. I can tell you how many toilets I've changed. I can spackle a wall and do it all. Let's be real clear on that one. I do what I have to do to build for my family. And I think that young girls don't understand that. And Reese said, yeah, you want to be a queen, but do you know what a queen is? Do you really know what it takes to be a queen? Because a queen absolutely, positively has to work. And a queen has to be of service. Has to be of service. And if you don't know how to be of service, then you don't know how to be a queen. And yes, surrender is a beautiful, powerful thing. And if you don't know how to surrender, you don't know how to be in your feminine. And you don't know the power of surrender. Surrender isn't weak. Don't let all this yah-yah in your head tell you it is. It is not.
Thank you.
It is
Thank
not.
you.
There is such beauty in the surrender.
Thank you.
There is such, you want to be taken care of? Surrender.
Yeah.
Surrender.
That's facts.
When you surrender, you will be taken care of by so many things, by the man in your life, by other people in your life, by God himself, the divine, feminine, masculine, whatever. You will be taken care of. See, the problem is you don't know. You know, I'm 50 some years old, but I tell you what, this weekend and next weekend, I will have the honor and privilege to sit at some elders' feet. And you best believe my ass is going to be on the floor, sitting at their feet learning. Because I don't know everything. And I need to learn. And I need to hear. And I need to gather wisdom. That's the problem. If you think you got your shit together, you're probably more fucked up than you know. Let me tell you. Because I'm 50 some years old and I don't think I have all my shit together. And I've been through some things, real talk. I've been through some things. So I do. I think that we throw these titles around and it's okay to aspire to be that. But if you can't sit with me toe to toe and define it, then you're not that. And you can't ask a man to be a king and you want to be the queen and you don't even know what that is. What you are is a servant. Because you want to be taken care of and just not give and contribute and all of that. That's what servants do. The king will take care of the servants in their kingdom. And you are the servant, not the queen. And you don't know your place. And you don't know who you are yet. So you can't take a title on if you don't know who you are. And so sometimes we have to sit down, like in recovery, they tell you, sit down, shut up, you knew? Sit down, close your mouth. That's what you need to do. Because you don't have it figured out. Ask some questions, learn, going curious, not always flapping the mouth. Lord knows, anybody knows me from the past knows LaShonda good at flapping the mouth. But LaShonda was full of shit. And she didn't know a lot. She was making a lot of mistakes because I didn't feel worthy inside. So I think it's important. You're a girl out there, you want to transition, do that. You're not smart by going on sugardaddies.com or whatever that damn thing is. That ain't smart. That's just saying I have low self-esteem. That's all it is. That's what the rest of us see you as. We don't see you as smart. We don't see you as game. I see you as low self-esteem. Come to one of my circles. Let's get some healing going on. And I'll land with that.
Hey, let's go. All right now.
Healthy relationships need balance. And as you can see, some truth.
Hello, everyone. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, who was I before the pain, before the rejection, before life told me who I had to become? I'm Dolores Jordan, author of Before You Were Wounded, Recovering the Person God Created You to Be. This book introduces the 12 Tribes Identity System, a faith-based journey designed to help you discover your God-given gifts, understand how your wounds affected your identity, and reconnect with your kingdom calling. But before you purchase the book, I want you to discover your tribe. Scan this QR code and take the free 12 Tribes assessment. It takes approximately 12 to 15 minutes, and your results will reveal your primary tribe. After receiving your results, tap Go Deeper to learn more and download the book and companion workbook. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by your purpose. It's time to rise, represent, and reign. Scan the code and begin your journey today.
Welcome back. Definitely scan that code. Happen with that. What's up with her? Got it. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you still tuned in, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, tap in. If you're watching this later, these questions apply to you too, man. I want to hear your thoughts, your comments. Run them up. I got one more video for y'all. Y'all all right?
We're good.
I said, y'all all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, last video. We're going to land this thing.
If you really think about it, why don't women like short men, right? Okay, one side of it could be beauty standards. Who made those? Other men, okay? Other men are the ones who have said you have to be tall to be considered manly. That's because of y'all. That's one. Two, a lot of times short men are horrible.
Oh, totally.
Why? Because they have what's called the Napoleon complex.
Look it up if you don't know it. It's important.
A short man syndrome. That's literally a psychological thing that they have because their toxic masculinity has entrenched them in this
Totally.
hatred towards themselves.
Totally.
So they act out. And a lot of times they're extremely misogynistic or bigoted in general, or they're just downright terrible.
Yes.
Does that mean that every man over 6 feet is not awful? No.
Definitely
Not
not.
even a little.
Definitely not.
Not even a little bit. But a lot of times if women are like, okay, well, if they're all bad, if they're all trash, I want to date a tall piece of trash. Like, if you're all going to be horrible, at least be tall.
Funny.
That's hilarious. The new shit is called 5'6'7". It's 5'7" now. 5'7".
The part that got me was whoever they were talking to. Totally. I was like, what is the God's creation?
Oh man.
Oh man.
What is that nigga talking about? Why is he agreeing like that? Yeah, yeah.
Because he's gay.
That shit didn't make no fucking sense. Why is you agreeing, man? What the fuck is going on?
Totally. I was like, what in the God's creation?
He's probably 5'7". He's probably a short guy.
That shit was weird. I'm good on that one.
He gotta be a short king.
Oh man, I'm not responding for that shit.
Anybody
I
else?
think that was real personal to Nooch. I think that was real personal to Nooch. I feel like that. That hit. I feel like that hit a little home. You know what I mean?
Delanucci, how tall are you?
You know.
5'7", 5'7".
5'7".
I knew you was a little short, but
And what's them things? Platforms. I think it's 5'7".
Come on, man. Come on, man. Move on, bro.
I'm just making a little joke.
And I'm telling you, stop playing all the time. God damn it, cuz.
Don't be short with
I
me.
don't hate. The crazy shit. You don't got jokes with nobody else tonight but me. Nigga, leave me the fuck alone. Nigga, answer the question.
But he was just talking
I'm literally joking on Nooch, and you getting a little hurt.
Nah, that's not you, cuz.
You stick it up with his cousin, eh? He don't play that shit.
I respect it.
I get it.
How tall are you, Gemini?
5'7".
Are you the same height? They wear that Napoleon complex right there.
Wait, cool. Cool, how tall are you?
Nah, you know what's crazy? No. Now watch this. My second baby mama. I mean, you met her, Dirt. My second baby mama. I think you did.
I never met her.
Chanel tall as shit, nigga.
I don't know Chanel. The dark skinned lady from
Yeah, you met the kids, and I think you was in Connect.
The dark skinned lady, I never met her, but you know she's dark skinned. Come on.
From Schenectady, never met her.
No, she from the town.
No, I'm saying she lived in Schenectady though.
Yeah, we lived in Schenectady.
I never met her.
He better. He knows it.
I ain't worried about that nigga. I ain't worried about that nigga, man. I know damn well you met my motherfucker. I know damn well you met Chanel, nigga.
He knows it.
I'm not worried about that.
She was on the show one time. She came on the show one time.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are not too far off, all of you.
Okay, 5'8".
Okay.
I used to be 5. I used to be 5'5".
5'8.5".
Nigga, you don't get no half.
I'm just laughing because my son legitly is 5'8" and he's 12 years old.
5'8", man.
When I hear 5'7", I'm like, Jesus, my son's taller than that.
That's right.
What is the average height though?
5'7".
I'm gonna Google this. What's the average height of a man?
5'7", 5'8".
LaShonda, what's your thought?
You know, one of my sons is short, and he has an issue with it big time. He's so silly. He's starting to get
What was that?
to it.
That was dirt. You know how he is.
And it was big.
Short, and he has a problem with it big time. That was hilarious. I don't know. I love puns.
But yeah, it's been an issue for him growing up with girls. So I know the younger people are dealing with it because he's dealt with it in school and with girls and things like that. It's been an issue. But he's not what they're saying, though. He doesn't have the Napoleon complex. He ain't all that and all that kind of stuff. He's not that kind of guy. But I think you are that kind of guy. Just like I said, there's somebody that fits every stereotype that fits. The case is.
How tall is he?
Ooh. I don't know. I was gonna say he's taller than me, and I'm 5'5". So, but he's not. He's not like.
How old is he?
He's 22.
22.
Yeah.
So
So he's praying he's still growing.
It's over.
I was going. The reason why I said that is because I was 5'5" throughout like high school and all that, and then I caught my little break and I grew up. Right, but I was short, and I can understand that a little bit. And you know, I didn't when niggas is towering over you, majority, and then back in the day, you know, you had to line up by your height. You know what I mean? So niggas was always in the front, like, you know what I'm saying? And it went down in the back. Everything was popping in the back. It was, you know, had the lane part of the line. So I understand that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know about the angry part. I never really was angry, but I also definitely had to unfortunately prove myself a lot because people definitely try you when you think they should.
That's
so I had to slap the shit out of a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? They learned though, but you know what I'm saying? You definitely get tried a lot being at a shorter height than the average.
Yeah, and that's happened to him a lot. Like now he's in the gym full time and he's buff, but
that's right.
Yeah, he's had to deal with that a lot and people trying him because he's short and all that. And my son he's different. He's just a different breed. Like he can play sports and all that kind of stuff, but he also is a reader. Like he's an avid reader and an avid creator and writer and all that other kind of stuff. So he can dip in and out of different situations, but because he's not the traditional, like, oh, I'm a sports, I'm a jock or whatever like that, and being short, he definitely got tried.
And that's why I'm the same way. And that's why I had to slap a lot of niggas because they felt I'm very versatile. I do it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just one-sided. So I totally understand that. That was definitely me growing up. Yeah, definitely. When I'm 5'8" now, he might get there. You know, it's still sprout left. It might catch a couple inches. But there ain't nothing wrong with that. I was getting all the ladies at 5'5". All the ladies.
I just want to put this out there. The average height in the United States is 5'9" for a man.
5'9". Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. And then the rest of the world, they said specifically more Asian continent is 5'7".
So I'm above average in Asia, which is good.
Yeah, so you guys are right around the Asian average.
I'm Asian.
But just shy of the United States average. You better do that interesting DNA to make sure you don't got no Asian in your blood.
I love.
What's that? Yeah, what's that? 5'3"? What's that? 5'3", 5'5", 5'6"? That's for the women.
No, I'm 5'8".
But I'm told.
What's the average? What's the average?
Oh, the average for a woman. Let me see.
5'5".
That's what I thought. Like 5'5". Gotta be
5'4", 5'5". I bet.
5'3" is the average in the United States for a woman.
Oh, I'm tall.
And then
these were still taller than you. These were still taller.
It says the average in Asian continents for women is 4'11".
Oh, I'm real tall then.
My mom is 4'11".
Oh, that's funny.
All right, I got two more questions. Last question. Reese had mentioned when in Rome, and that's the reason why I said creed first, because if I don't practice the same creed or don't come from the same creed, usually there is, like you said, the mindset. That mindset of what you was talking about is a Western, and which leads me to my question: if we was back in the day, if Zeus cheated on you, would that be masculine freedom today, or would that be disrespect? This
Say it
is
again?
Zeus, the Greek gods, because the Romans prayed to the Greek gods. So
Right.
if this was Aphrodite or Hera on you feel me, present day, and if Zeus cheated on them, because back then there was no toxic masculinity. There was no misogyny. There was no phylogeny back then. It was what it was. You had to listen to fucking Zeus, or he sent your ass to Hades. You heard? So I asked the women, if Zeus cheated on you, would that be masculine freedom today, or would it be disrespect? Lashonda, you can pop out.
First of all, the fact that you cheated is disrespectful to yourself. I've cheated on people before, and it's a sign of insecurity. So I think men who cheat, women who cheat, doesn't matter. I think you're just insecure. There's some shit you looking for somewhere else and fulfilling. There's something inadequate inside yourself. So I think if Zeus cheated on me today, I don't think that's a masculine trait. I just think Zeus might be losing some of his power. So I'm wrong. Because realistically, if you want to talk about like manhood is about leadership and strength and all of that, you can honestly tell somebody what you're going to do. Why are you going to sneak behind their back and be all cowardly and all this other stuff? Stand in your power and say, hey, look, this is what I'm going to do. Especially if you're in charge of all the gods and you have the power to send me to hell. Why would you have to sneak? You'd be like, look, this is what I'm going to do. You don't like it? I'm sending you to hell. Like, why you got to sneak about it if you controlling everything and you have all the power? So I think if you're going to sneak and act all cowardly and small and all of that kind of thing, I think you're being disrespectful to yourself more than you are to me. You're not being honest with me. I would say that. But I would definitely say that you're really being disrespectful to yourself and you're not standing in your own power. I'll land with that.
How dare you disrespect Zeus? Send you to hell. Reed. If Zeus cheated on you, would that be masculine freedom or disrespect?
Well, Zeus can't cheat on me because he's not here. But I feel like we're all guilty of cheating at some point in our lives. And I feel like that it is something within yourself that you're cheating because something in yourself is not accurate and balanced. And that might be your desires, your wants. It might be anger at the moment. There's multiple things why people do what they do. So I'm going to say that it is going to be disrespectful because it's going to be disrespectful to your partner plus yourself. But Zeus is not here, so he can cheat on me if he wants to cheat on me because I'm not in a relationship with him. But I do agree. Like, one of my biggest things is if you don't want to be with somebody, don't be with them. And a lot of times people cheat with this, say, oh, because you did this is why I did this. No, that's not how it works. I made that choice to go cheat. So obviously it's not like, I'm not going to ever say that women don't make men mad and then they go out until their side piece or whatever. So I'm not going to say that women don't play a part in some of it, but take your accountability. You wanted to go do it because that's what you wanted to do. Stand on that shit and say, hey, listen, I'm not happy. I don't want to be with you. I'm going to go find somebody else. Go find somebody else. But it creates the disrespect when A, you have to lie and sneak about it. And B, that if you're not happy, you both deserve happiness. So if you're not happy with that person, let that person go and be happy too. And I'm gonna lay with that.
All right, this last question. This is to everybody in no order. Y'all can pop out. Is healthy masculinity about controlling the relationship or having enough confidence that you don't need to control the woman? Anybody can pop out.
Healthy masculinity. That's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll jump out. See, I want to say the second one, right? But also, healthy masculinity is also controlling the situation as well, especially when the situation needs to be, when you have to step in, like sometimes. So it's a little bit of both. But let's see. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of both. That's what a man is going to do. The man is to provide and protect. And if that cause of protection meaning like, hey, listen, I need you to change your outfit because this is going to potentially bring unwanted attention, and then I'm gonna have to jump into action. So, you know, that's pretty much kind of controlling that situation. That's healthy masculinity. That's what I mean.
Respectfully. Somebody else pop out.
Can you repeat the question one more time? I just want to make sure I have it correct.
Is healthy masculinity about controlling the relationship or having enough confidence that you don't need to control a woman?
I think trust is more of the confidence of not having to control the woman. I think that's where the trust comes in. But I land my plane. My plane is lane.
I think I'm big on respect. If I'm answering the question right, like I don't need to control you I don't fall victim to that shit because then it's gonna become weird. I don't want to control you. I want respect.
Right.
If I'm answering the question right. That's
Yes.
easy. I land with that one. I land with that.
I'm gonna say that a lot of people confuse like the controlling part of it. That word is like really tricky because I think that you can be masculine and you can be the king and you can be the leader. And the word control doesn't have to be involved in it. If you're leading somebody correctly, they're going to follow and it's not going to be a control situation. You're going to be the king of that castle and they're going to be doing the things that they need to do. It's like what LaShonda was saying earlier. You're going to be a servant. And when you're treated on that level with the respect of not being controlled, you have more willingness to follow and be that servant. So I don't think that that word controlled is like, to me, because everybody always wants to be like, oh, you're controlling me. It doesn't, just because somebody says something to you does not mean that they're controlling you. There's different ways that things can be said. And if somebody's having a dialogue with you and just communication with you, that's not controlling. And if somebody's hurt by your actions, that's not controlling. So I think that word controlling is very tricky. But I'm going to kind of agree with Ku as well that there's certain times that a man has to control a situation. And it could be for safety. There could be multiple reasons of why he's controlling that situation. And if you put your trust into that person that they're going to lead you the correct way, you're just going to follow and go with what is being said because there's probably a reason behind it. And you might not know or see that reason right away, but it might be something to do to protect you or them. And a lot of people don't see that part of it either with like, you know, everybody's like, oh, they control you or whatever. He might really just be protecting you. And that's a different type of control than somebody just telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And we'll end with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think good leaders lead with control. I think they lead with trust. I think they lead with guidance. I think they lead with wisdom, overstanding. There's a lot of things, but I think when you exhibit control or feel like you've got to kind of control and dictate, that's because you don't have the skill set, I feel like, to be a good leader. If that is your main go-to and the thing that you do most, you're not getting loyal followers. You know, you're not getting people who maybe have faith in you, have trust in you, who would, you know, rock it out with you, you know, that ride or die. You're not getting that by being controlling. I think that's a very low vibration. I think being stern, giving direction, is not controlling. That's giving direction. That's being stern. That's being decisive. That's not being controlling. And I think sometimes we get all of that confused. And so I don't think when someone's trying to control you, like you look at our government and politics, right? They've tried to control people by fear in the last, I don't know how many years. They've used that to try to control people because they didn't have the skill set to do it any other way. And they knew that was a great pain point. So they didn't breed loyalty. They didn't breed people who trust them, who would go to the ends of the earth with them. I'm not talking about the crazy people in extremes, but they didn't breed a whole group of people that say, okay, I'm going to do what you say because you say it, because I have faith in you, because I believe in your guidance. I believe in your direction. They didn't produce that because they tried to control, and that control, I think that we're talking about on the negative side, is the manipulative control or using fear in that kind of sense. But I don't think there's anything wrong with guidance and direction in leadership. I think that's a positive thing. And I think that's what you want from a leader. You know, you absolutely want that from a leader. You want to trust that your leader is leading you in the right direction, that you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about that particular thing. If you're letting someone lead you, you don't have to second guess them. You don't have to worry about what they're telling you to do because you have faith and trust in them. And that's not about control. So those who lead with control, most people don't believe in them. Think about a boss you've ever had that's all controlling and overbearing and all that. You didn't trust them. You didn't have faith in them. You just wanted your paycheck. But deep down inside, you were like, whatever. They don't know how to lead, but I'm gonna do this because I need my paycheck. So you weren't really following them. So I don't think the control is a good space. That's not a good quality. A good leader, I would say that. It's a quality that some leaders have, but I think it's them at low vibration. I'll land with that.
I would say I just got to address that bad leader, whether a person's a bad leader or whether they get followers if they're a bad leader. Was it Jim Jones? Is that when they drunk?
Uh-huh.
That's when they drunk the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's the Kool-Aid. Yep.
Was he a good leader?
Yeah, they trusted him.
I'm saying that he made them drink Kool-Aid. They all died. So I don't think that was a good leader. In my mind, I'm just saying, in my mind, whether you're a good leader or not, that's not a good leader. I get you what you're saying, that they trusted him. So I guess he was a good leader, but what did he lead them to? I don't think that was a good leader job. So to me in general, and that's not the only person too. I forgot. I was going to get my phone, but it's dying. But there's a bunch of people who led people who I would say are bad leaders, but they still had great followers. So I think that's one of the funniest parts I think I hear in society as far as with the leadership thing. Oh, I can't let you lead me because you're a bad leader. And also the idea of what we think of as a leader we think leader means they're perfect. No, a leader can make a mistake. That doesn't mean that they don't deserve the right to lead you. You know, you think of Christopher Columbus, they wasn't even supposed to be in America. They were supposed to be in the West Indies. That's why he called the Native Americans or the indigenous people Indians, because he thought they were in India. That's why he called them Indians, you know? So I think that it's hilarious when we think of people as good or bad leaders and whether I should follow a person who's a good leader or a bad leader. And that's what it is. I just think we have a world that is more of subpar followers who are not good at being followers already, and they need an excuse to excuse their inability to be a follower. However, I just wanted to address that because I always think that's just hilarious to me, and people always say that about the leader thing. But however, I would say, can you ask the thing again, Nooch, please? My bad. I figured I had it.
Respect. I got you. Hold on. Where's my you can hear me? Is healthy masculinity about controlling the relationship or having enough confidence to control, or so you don't need to control a woman?
I think that true. I don't think control is always about an exhibit of it or example of it. I think it's something that and that's what it is. I think that healthy is not about whether it's healthy masculinity or not. Is it healthy control? That's the thing. Are you having to beat this person up to get them to make your eggs right? You know, you like your eggs cooked, flipped over, but you don't want no yolk. If she breeds you yolk, are you about to Tina Turner and what love got to do with it? Or are you going to let it go? Bless you. You know what I mean? So I feel like that is the idea, is whether is like healthy masculinity would be healthy control to me, in my mind, in the sense of you can do it without being very aggressive. You don't have to beat the person up to do it. You don't have to punish them. It just would be just leading in a way that would be helpful, or be mindful of what's the whole plan. I just think that that's the opposite of healthy, not whether you control or not, because I feel like if you have confidence, it's probably you have confidence in the person that you essentially chose. And even then, it's like, if I have a basketball team, I don't have to tell the basketball team. I think that's another thing too. I think when you have a basketball team, the best play is off ball, is when they're running without the ball. And you don't have to tell everybody, well, you go right and you go left. People learn their plays and they learn what they got to do. And I think that is the best leader. Yeah, it is a level of trust that this person is going to follow the plan that's already been put in place. But I don't think that it's just because you're not sitting there second by second with the plan doesn't mean that you didn't create the plan. So I think that's the most healthy masculinity. I'm going with that.
Respectfully, I'm going to say, hold on, let me get this question. Y'all all right?
We're good.
What was it? His mask. Is it controlling so you or confident? Shout out to the women. I always love the feminine perspective, but I think y'all was beating around the bush. No pun intended. From a masculine point of view, women love to be controlled. This is how systems are run, because people are being controlled. After they learn the system, they do it on themselves. And I'm going to say, from a masculine point of view, women like being controlled. However, I'm going to control it through my confidence, through demonstrating my integrity, not getting defensive every time we have a disagreement. I'm not possessive. You feel me? And these are the things that will allow her to, you feel me, trust me. I'm not gonna use anything over leverage over her. You feel me? So she could automatically live in her feminine. I could be in my masculine, and our kingdom could flourish. You dig? It's not gonna be a battle, and it's not gonna be like Dirt said. I don't have to abuse her. Women don't like being abused, but they do like being dominated. And if
Some do.
you know, yeah, if you're in the BDSM and all of that, whatever, not all women, but however, they like being controlled. So I'm not gonna get up here and try to, give you the PG-13 version. It's with confidence though. It's not straight just brute force. And like Cool Billy was saying, let's stop being fucking butthurt over some damn word. Controlling, yeah, it is what a word. We use better words, or if there's another word you want to use for it, but that was the word that was in the damn thing, so that's the word we use for it. But however, through my confidence and demonstrating that, this is how, you feel me, she trusts that it's a us thing. It's not an independent me or a dependent where she has to lose herself. I don't silence her. Her word is granted and taken, but I'm the decision maker at the end of the day. For us, you dig? Any final thoughts? Anybody?
Landed.
Yeah. Again, ladies, my sis, my other sis, I love y'all both. I love y'all POVs. It's highly respected. And thank you again.
Respectfully. Love, love, love.
Great show.
Last thought. Respectfully. You already know. Tune in
Respect
tomorrow.
to the panel.
HSA.
Love and great night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Remember to tune in tomorrow, HSA. Beat us there, don't meet us there. You got something? What we talk about tomorrow? Oh yeah, tomorrow's
Take me to jail tomorrow. Take your ass to jail tomorrow.
Take him to jail.
Take him to jail. So we're gonna see who's going to jail tomorrow.
Definitely tune in and see who's gonna go their ass to jail
You ever watched the show
tomorrow.
yet, Shonda? Have you ever watched it yet? You gotta watch it one day.
I know. I have to watch it. I know. I have to watch it.
Let me tell you how funny it was. He had a comedy show last week, and I had to host it. And we legitly the jail part was about somebody kicking a sea lion, and we had to defend this person to get a.
And we
sea
do a
lion.
segment. You know what? I don't like. I gotta let y'all come on one day because I don't. It's usually like a barbershop thing.
Yeah.
But I gotta let y'all come through on Wednesday or whatever, or one day just do it because it is the Wednesdays are real special because we do a Take Me to Jail segment, which is almost like the Donkey of the Day segment. And the last question on that segment is 6 topics and 3 questions. On the Take Me to Jail segment, there's 3 questions. One, 2 of the questions are relevant, but the third question is always public defender. So you have to defend that person. You have to be like a fake lawyer and defend that person. So, hopefully they don't go to jail. So I don't know.
So yes, we had to defend somebody who kicked the sea lion.
He tripped in the ocean. I was in there. I didn't get it.
Oh, that shit was so funny.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to the show, man. I love it. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you guys come through.
Check it out.
Brady, respectfully. Final thoughts. King, young king. Crown doesn't automatically make somebody a king. Question is what you do in the power, is what you do with the power when you get it. I want to thank you for flying out with me today. Protect your peace. See you next episode. Thank you for flying with us on Landing Plane Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.